And it is gone. Goodbye. A leadoff home run for Nasim Nunez just inside the foul pole over the big wall down the right field line. Bang! Zoom goes Nasim Nunez with his second home run in as many days. Both have come from the right side of the plate. Unbelievable. It's the Nationals 1, the Braves nothing after one pitch. Cleared that 16-foot wall in the right field corner and snuck it on out of here. 361 feet, the estimated distance, as C.J. Abrams looks at a fastball in for a strike. Just the 10th home run allowed this year by Sale, the 8th to a right-handed hitter, and maybe the least likely of the right-handed hitters in the Nats lineup, but he's homered 2 nights in a row. Fastball swung on, fouled back by Abrams, and the count 0-2.
The home run yesterday by Nasim was just the second homer he had ever hit in pro ball right-handed. Now he's done it 2 straight games.
How about that? Sail into the wide. 0-2 to Abrams. Breaking ball pulled to the ground. Foul outside of first. CJ, bit of a tender shoulder after jamming it, trying to avoid a tag in the 11th inning. The game with the Mets Saturday night did come out of the game, did not finish the game at shortstop. Nasim Nunez did. Then Nunez started there yesterday. Abrams did not play. And DH is today. Sale delivers. Swing and a drive hit well to left center field, but playable for Harris. That one's kind of dying. Harris over into the alleyway in left center makes the catch for the out. That one down toward the end of the bat. So Nasim Nunez homering on the very first pitch of this game, which was thrown tonight at 17 minutes past 7 o'clock here in Atlanta, with our game time temperature of 82 degrees. First of each time and temperature is brought to you by Offenbachers. Andres Chaparro is in the box now against Sale. The pitch is a breaking ball low. Again, 7:17, 82 degrees. First pitch time and temperature brought to you by Offenbachers. Visit them in Herndon, Annapolis, Gainesville, or Rockville for a huge selection of outdoor furniture, fire pits, hot tubs, and swim spas. Now a swing and a squibber off the bat of Chaparro. Off the mound is Sale, a Gold Glover. He'll make an underhanded flip to Matt Olson over to the bag. That's an easy out, number 2. Chaparro retired. And the batter will be Riley Adams in the cleanup spot. For the third time this year, hitting 192, 8 doubles, 8 homers, 24 runs batted in. For Nunez, his 4th home run, now with 13 RBIs. You know, you saw him during his hottest stretch, maybe the best stretch offensively of his pro career, Josh, in July and August with Rochester. As the pitch to Adams on the way, hit him. Riley Adams gets hit in the leg. The 9th batter hit, and just the 2nd right-handed batter hit by Chris Sale this year. That was a slider that got away. Riley's okay. He's going to walk past first base. Walk off the sting of that one a little bit. Got him down just below the knee. Ouch. But Nunez had that great stretch. 20 games in August at 354. Only 1 home run, but he had 4 doubles. And a 320 average over his last 31 games with Rochester. But where's this power coming from?
He was hitting the ball harder, but I did not anticipate him homering back-to-back games right-handed off Sean Manaea, and especially off Chris Sale.
Of course, he had 2 home runs batting left-handed in 1 game against the Marlins the first week of September. So the batter now is Dylan Cruz. First pitch swung on in a towering fly ball to shallow left. Shortstop Hassan Kim is out and calling for it. He's under and waiting, and he makes the catch, and Cruz out on 1 pitch. And the Nationals out of the top of the first inning. 1 run on 1 hit. The leadoff home run of the first pitch of the game by Nasim Nunez. A hit batter, a man left. Middle of the first. Nats 1. Braves coming up. Even 4 in 157 and two-thirds innings, allowed 148 hits. He struck out 182 and walked 60, and allowed 19 home runs with a 250 average against him. Lefties 233, 5 homers. The righties 256 and 14 home runs. And switch hitting Jurickson Profar will be first to face him, leading off for the Braves at the bottom of the first. The Nationals leading 1-0 on a game leadoff home run by Nasim Nunez on the first pitch. Gore delivers to Profar, and a fastball poured right in there, a called strike one at 95 miles an hour. It's tracked by our radar gun, powered by JTF Gov. Print with confidence. JTF Gov secures the page. Now Gore kicks and delivers the 0-1, swung on, hit late down the right field line. But this is slicing foul, and Karam's off the facing of the second deck, back down onto the playing field. That second deck angled out, and so it hit the facing and could Karam over the seats below and land on the field. Profar, as a right-handed hitter, hitting .267, 3 of his 14 homers. The pitch swung on, hit late and foul into the netting over the head of the on-deck hitter, Matt Olson. Defensively, Andres Chaparro playing first base and is way wide of the line against the right-handed hitter, wearing some fluorescent, greenish, yellowish type shoes. Paul DeYoung playing second base, Nasim Nunez at short, Brady House at third. All Atlanta area left side of the infield. Now the pitch. Breaking ball is squibbed foul outside of third, no play. Robert Hassel the third in left field, Jacob Young in center, Dylan Cruz in right, with Riley Adams doing the catching. Well, Nasim Nunez had family and friends in New York yesterday, had a great game, but this is where he lives in the offseason. This is we spent most of the time growing up just outside of Atlanta. So a big start to this series for him. Now the pitch, and this one is low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So C.J. Abrams' dad earlier today at the hotel visiting. That's a big stop for the Nats. Now the pitch. Breaking ball, swinging a grounder, foul outside of third and into the camera well of the far end of the Nationals dugout, holding 1-2 on Profar. With Matt Olson on deck, and then Ronald Acuna Jr. at the bottom of the first. Freddie Gonzalez coaches third for the Braves. Tom Goodwin on the lines at first. Gonzalez rejoining the Braves mid-season. Gore into the wind of the pitch. Swinging a slow bouncer, foul again. Chopped into the netting to the left of the plate. Not a lot of room in foul ground behind the plate or toward the sides here. Dugout's very close to the field, and not a lot of room foul ground down the right field line. Stands jut out almost to the foul line. And then the fence, all different heights, and it is not a symmetrical outfield wall. Swing and a miss, and a fastball struck him out. 96 miles an hour. Gore with a heater. Fans Jurickson Profar. The strikeout brought to you by Peraton, protecting our homeland, advancing the most important missions. Now Matt Olson will stand in, playing in his 777th game in a row, dating back to May 21st of 2021, the current Major League Baseball Iron Man. Now Gore rocks and kicks, pitch to Olson, swing and a miss, and a slider off the plate. .279 average in 156 games. He has 40 doubles, leading the National League, tied for third of the majors, 2 triples, 28 homers, and 93 runs batted in. Now the pitch, inside high, 1-1. Tied for 7th in the league in runs batted in. Tied for 4th in hits with 167. He's in the top 10 in slugging on-base percentage, runs scored with 95. And he's 6th in the league in walks, 9th in the majors. Now the pitch from Gore. Fastball just missed outside, 2 balls and a strike. As we mentioned, the National League Player of the Month. Very good year. It doesn't come close to his 54 home run season 2 years ago, but pretty darn good. Now the wind, and Gore delivers. Swing and a foul ball left side, and out of play, it's 2-2. League leaders presented by PVI Office Furniture. Swing for the fences with PVI Office Furniture. We'll come to you to design your dream workspace and save you 15% on your purchase. PVI, your office, your league leader. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gore's into the windup. Here it comes. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. He struck him out with a slider. So Gore has fanned the first 2 Braves here at the bottom of the first inning. 2 out, nobody on, with the Nationals leading 1-0.
Little note on the leadoff homer from Nunez. I believe that is just the second time Sale has ever given up a homer on the first pitch he's thrown in a game. But the other time was in 2016, Byron Buxton for the Twins, and inside the Parker.
Wow. Here's Ronald Acuna Jr., no stranger to the home run. He's at 18 of them this year. Breaking ball, bends in, called strike from Gore. 12 doubles and triple, the 18 homers, 37 knocked in, hitting .284. He's hot right now, 11 for his last 26, a .423 clip. Gore trying to make quick work of the Braves, delivers. Fastball high and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. With the home runs yesterday and today, and of course his first career leadoff home run for Nunez, he's homered 4 times in his last 29 plate appearances.
Slugging it, Nasim Nunez.
I said that yesterday. Now he's reinforced it. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Acuna threw the fastball at 95 miles an hour, and the count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gore, third base side of the slab, on an angle as he starts that wind of the pitch. Swinging a foul ball deflected out in front of the plate. And the count holding at a ball and 2 strikes. Very much an abbreviated schedule around the major leagues. There are only 2 other games later. Milwaukee at San Diego, St. Louis at San Francisco. Everybody else in the major leagues is off today. Now Gore into the wind of the pitch. Swing by Acuna, and a drive to deep left field. Hassel going back, way back. He's at the wall, and this one is gone. Goodbye. This game is tied. Ronald Acuna Jr. gets a hold of a high fastball left right over the middle of the plate. 96 miles an hour. He deposits that into the seats to the right of the 375-foot marker for home run number 19. Nationals 1, Braves 1. And the home run is the 20th allowed by Gore, 15th to a right-handed hitter. Acuna's second career home run off of Gore, travels 402 feet.
Got tied up a little bit on that too, but had enough strength to crush it out of here.
The pitch was up, but out over the plate a bit. So now the batter is Ozzie Albies, wide open stance. The switch hitter swings and chops one foul, and into the Nationals dugout on the third base side. Slow start this year, batting right-handed, which has always been his stronger side. But over the last 34 games, .375 average against left-handed pitching. Now Gore delivers. Fastball over the inside corner. Called strike. It's 1-1. 5 for 13 in the 3 games in Detroit. 240 overall. 23 doubles and 2 triples, 16 homers, and 74 runs batted in. And Albies, that right foot on the line, almost out of the batter's box, close to the plate of the pitch. Swinging a foul straight back to the netting. 1 ball, 2 strikes. With 2 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Nationals 1 and the Braves 1, each team with a solo home run. And now Gore starts the wind. And the 0-2 on the way. Check swing, they'll check. He didn't really go far. And no, says Scott Barry, the umpire at first. Hassel in left straight away. Young in center with the 2 terrific plays yesterday. A touch to left center. Cruz is way off the line to right center field against Albies. And now Gore starts the windup. 1-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball to third. It's fielded by House, charging in. He plants and he fires, low throw, handled in the air by stretching Andres Chaparro. And the inning is over. 1 run, 1 hit for the Braves. They match the Nats with a solo home run and no one left at the end of an inning. Washington 1, Atlanta 1 on the Nationals. So stop in to discover why autumn starts at Safeway. Enter for a chance to win at thefandc.com. Nats 1, Braves 1. Difference, Chris Sale threw only 9 pitches in the first inning. Mackenzie Gore threw 24. Paul DeYoung leading off for the Nationals in the number 6 spot of the order. And the pitch in for a strike. Young making start number 11 at second base. 7 at short, 30 at third, 234 average. 10 doubles, 6 homers, 24 knocked in. He's hit in 5 of his last 7 and swings and fouls one straight back behind the plate. It's 0-2. This lineup tonight, Adams, Cruz, and DeYoung, 4, 5, and 6, making up the heart of the lineup. Presented by the American College of Cardiology, transforming cardiovascular care and improving heart health for all. Visit them at acc.org. Now sailed into the wide of the pitch. Breaking ball is outside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Beautiful blue sky, gorgeous day in the Atlanta area, and reached the time of the year where humidity subsides. There's a breeze. Swing and a miss by DeYoung at the breaking ball, and down he goes on strikes. And that's the first strikeout for Chris Sale. So 1 away here in the top of inning number 2 brings up Brady House. House in his 70th game in the big leagues, hitting .233 with 11 doubles, 4 homers, and 29 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter against the left-handed pitcher. He did play against Sale in Washington. And now the pitch on the way. Fastball outside, ball 1. House went 0 for 3 against Sale and 0 for 4 in that game, where the Nationals were shut out 5-0. Sale into the wide, and the lanky lefty delivers. Swing and a foul deflects off the brick wall behind the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sale was born in Lakeland, Florida. Makes his home in Naples, Florida, not far from where he was a collegiate star at Florida Gulf Coast University in Fort Myers, just up the road from Naples. He was a first-round pick of the White Sox in 2010 out of Florida Gulf Coast. The pitch, and House checks up on it, or did he? They'll appeal. And Scott Barry, the umpire at first, said he swung, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sale did, of course, pitch for the Red Sox as well as the White Sox. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Down he goes on strikes. That's 2 in a row for Sale. 2 out and nobody on here in the top of the 2nd inning. Brady House down swinging. And that will bring up Jacob Young. Young was the star of the highlight reels anywhere you watched anything concerning baseball from yesterday, with his 2 defensive gems in center field in New York. Sale delivers. He takes a fastball over the inside corner, called strike. Hitting .235, 10 doubles, a triple, a homer, and 29 runs batted in. He had the hacky sack catch where it was off his glove and falling to the ground when he somehow got his right foot on it and kicked it up in the air and then caught it with his glove. Swinging a ground ball right side. Olsen way wide at first has it. He's going to flip it to Sale, covering in plenty of time for the out. And of course, Young made the leaping catch against the center field wall in the first pitch of the bottom of the 9th inning. The Nationals eventually held on for a 3-2 win because of it.
Great.
/summer concerts. Mackenzie Gore delivers his first pitch in the bottom of the 2nd. A fastball, a called strike to Ha-Seong Kim, the Braves shortstop. Riding a 9-game hitting streak, 13 of 33, a .394 clip. 4 doubles, 2 homers, 8 knocked in that streak. And a swing and a tapper foul on a curveball. No balls, 2 strikes. It's just his 19th game with Atlanta, .313 overall. 3 homers and 12 knocked in. Played in 24 games with Tampa Bay. Hit just .214 with a couple of homers, 5 runs batted in. Now the pitch, swinging a foul back into the screen. That was coming off of shoulder surgery last year with San Diego. Tore the labrum in his left shoulder. And actually his right shoulder, his throwing shoulder. And then Tampa Bay signed him as a free agent, rehabbing him and hoping to have him be their shortstop. Now Gore delivers, swing and a pop-up foul first base side. It's going out of play, but Kim had back inflammation, was on the injured list 2 other times. A long road back from the shoulder surgery, did not play until early July in the big leagues. On the injured list a couple of other times. And then they put him on waivers, and the Braves claimed him September the 1st. Pitch is low, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. So he inherited the contract that for him was a 2-year, $29 million deal, but basically next year is a player option. So it's up to Kim right now whether he wants to be a Brave or become a free agent. Gore delivers, swinging a drive, lifted foul, first base side backing out of play.
And his agent is Scott Boras,
who usually opts for free agency, doesn't he?
Seems to be the trend, yeah.
We'll see what happens with Kim. Deep in the box, feet close together, stance barely open, stands almost straight up. Bat chest high, the pitch swung on and popped up foul behind the plate again. And landing below our vantage point here at Truist Park, which opened in 2017. With that low fence down the left field line here that's only 6 feet high, 335 feet to the left field corner. Swinging a pop-up again, foul by Kim. Going out of play first base side. 375 just to the right of the Nationals bullpen of that low fence. Goes up to a higher fence at 8 feet 8 inches high. 385 to deep left center. 400 to straightaway center. And that low fence of the Braves bullpen in right center goes up to 16 feet all the way to the right field foul pole. Now the pitch, swinging a line drive into left field. That's a base hit. Hassel to his left to cut it off, and we'll get it back in. So Ha-Seong Kim wins the battle in a 9-pitch at bat. There was one ball he fouled off. 7 of the 9 pitches overall. Ends up with a leadoff single to left field.
A lot of foul balls so far off Gord. That was a heck of a plate appearance for Ha-Seong Kim.
Well, in his early time with the Nationals, that's what would lead to high pitch counts in earlier innings. All of the foul balls. Now the pitch on the way. It's a fastball of the inside corner to Drake Baldwin, the Braves Rookie of the Year candidate. Nunez, the shortstop, toward the middle. Same for DeYoung. They play double play depth, swinging a tapper foul into the screen above the on-deck hitter, Marcell Ozuna. Baldwin has grounded into 9 double plays this year. As I mentioned, surefire Rookie of the Year candidate. He is all over the league leaderboard statistics for National League rookies. Here's the set. Now the pitch. And Gore missing outside with a slider 1-2. He's hitting .273, which is second amongst National League rookies to the Nationals. Dalen Lyle, his average is now up to .290. Baldwin is second in home runs with 18, leads all National League rookies with 76 runs batted in. He's fourth in total hits with 104 as he takes pitch high. The off-speed from Gore, curveball up, 2-2.
It's too bad Lyle's not in there tonight. Have these guys kind of starting to duke it out a little bit. It's Rookie of the Year race.
Dalen thinks he'll be able to go tomorrow. A bandage over his knee. Scraped the knee, tore the uniform, and he's got a nice bruise. Swinging a line drive down the left field line. It's fouling out of play. I asked him, would you be available off the bench tonight? Shrugged his shoulders. He said, that wouldn't be up to me. But nonetheless, a scary play as he went sliding into the sidewall in foul ground in New York yesterday, but he's good to go. The pitch, low outside for a ball. Count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Some other updates in our injury report presented by Inova, the official healthcare provider of the Washington Nationals. C.J. Abrams with that sore right shoulder was evaluated today, and he's in the lineup, so we know that. Keibert Ruiz continues workouts and rehab protocol, including baseball activities from his concussions. Breaking ball outside, and Baldwin has walked. And Gore's thrown a boatload of pitches to 2 batters. And they have runners first and second and nobody out. 15 pitches, Gore up to 39 pitches without an out here in the bottom of the second. Cole Henry with the lower back issues, a scheduled day off from treatment and rehab today. Josiah Gray, after pitching for AAA Rochester a few days ago, back to West Palm Beach where he'll begin his off-season rehab program and hopes to be good to go for spring training next year. Here's Marcell Ozuna batting 7th in the order. Facing Gore, he's 0 for his last 9. And his average has fallen to .229. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. 19 doubles, 20 homers, 65 runs batted in. He has drawn 91 walks this year, which is 5th in the National League and 8th in the major leagues. And for Ozuna, that is by far a career high in walks. Now the pitch, swinging a liner, foul, first base side out of play. And so the count is 0-2. He walked 74 times last year, which was his previous career high. Well, the average 302 last year. 3rd of the National League, 7th of the majors, has taken a dip. Also down in hits. Home runs, 39 last year, and just the 20 this year. The pitch, swinging a ground ball right side. DeYoung to his left has it. He'll flip it to Nunez. Through the pivot. On to first. That's a double play. Over to third goes Kim. Nationals turn their 129th double play of the year. They started the day second in the National League and fourth in the major leagues in double plays turned.
That was just what the doctor ordered for Mackenzie Gore. He's piled up a lot of pitches the first couple of innings, and now a chance to get out of this frame against the lefty batting Michael Harris.
Harris at 241, 17 homers, 80 knocked in. And the pitch swung on, line to right center. Cruz back. He lunges. He can't make the play. Over his head, one hop off the wall. Scoring on the play is Kim, and coasting into second is Michael Harris the second. His 25th double, his 81st run batted in, and the Braves take the lead 2-1. Cruz shaded that way, and I think the ball fooled him that it was hit harder than he thought, because normally he's very good at reading and making the break to go back on this one. He kind of slowed up, and it really sliced. It kind of, off the bat of a left-hander, it actually hooked on him back over his left shoulder. So the way he was playing it to make the catch going back to his right was correct most of the way. That ball really hooked. So now Gore delivers, and the pitch on the way to Nacho Alvarez is low and inside, ball one. That tells you something about how hard he hit that ball for it to have that kind of move. 109 miles an hour off the bat of Harris. The exit velocity. Gore delivers. Fastball high and away. 2-0 on Alvarez, who had his first ever 2-home-run game in the major leagues in Detroit. His first 2 home runs, period, for Atlanta. Hit 1 home run in 18 games at AAA Gwinnett. The Braves' number 5 prospect coming into the year. Pitch on the way. Fastball called strike, and it's 2-1. So the double play looked like Gore had a chance to get out of the inning. But Harris really stung that ball to right center field. Gore to the belt, checking the runner at second. 2-1 on the way. Tries to go inside with a fastball and missed. It's 3-1. Leadoff batter, Jurickson Profar, out on deck. Now here's Gore, ready again. Here's his pitch. Swing and a foul back behind the plate. And it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Be sure to be at Nats Park early on Saturday, 4:05 game, Nats and White Sox. 3 p.m. ceremonies. We honor longtime Nats TV voice and our good friend Bob Carpenter. There early, a chance to get a See You Later t-shirt as well. Tickets available now at Nats.com/see you later. Here's the 3-2, way outside with a curveball, not close, as if it slipped out of his hand, and Riley Adams had to lunge out there to go get it. That is ball 4. And so the second walk of the inning, the Braves have runners on first and second, and now they're concerned that there's something wrong with Gore. Miguel Cairo is coming out along with Nationals Director of Athletic Training, Paul Lassard, and this is not a good sign, but we'll see what Gore has to say. Gore just said, "I'm fine."
Now, the way that
I'm reading his lips, he said, that slipped out of my hand. And Miguel Cairo's turning left, and Paul Lassard now leaving with him.
And Gore's got a smile on his face. They were just so concerned as non-competitive as that pitch was, right out of the hand of Gore.
Well, it's also a good way to not use a mound visit.
Right.
If you're going to send out Jim Hickey, you say, wait a minute, where that slipped out of his hands, and he kind of grimaced on the follow-through. If you look at we're seeing a replay of his facial expression. Maybe, that would make them come out of the dugout with the trainer.
I'm sure that's actually what did it, Charlie. That grimace he made when he was, I think, just upset at himself more than anything else.
So now here's Profar to stand in. Gore took 8 pitches but struck him out of the first inning. First pitch on the way, in there, called strike. A changeup at 86 miles an hour. We'll keep an eye on Gore and his velocity and all of that to make sure that he is fine, and I'm sure they'll be doing the same thing from the dugout. Now the set. Here's the pitch. Fastball low inside. It's actually a cut fastball, and Profar down, skipping rope to get out of the way. Now back up to his feet. And the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Braves leading 2-1. Here in the bottom of the second. 2 out. Runners first and second. Gore sets. Kicks, delivers. Fastball inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. He's trying to stay out of the middle of the plate. He left one in the middle of the plate to Acuna with a home run to left field in the first inning. Braves have hit 181 home runs, 6th in the National League, 15th in the majors, right in the middle of the pack. And now Gore whirls around to second, no play on, stepping off the rubber. With a 2-ball, 1 strike count on the hitter. Now the left-hander ready. The kick, here it comes. Swinging a line drive, slice down the right field line. This will make it into the seats out of play. And the count's 2-2. Enjoy flexible tickets, exclusive events, and member-only perks all season long next year with Nats Plus. It's more than tickets, it's tradition. Join the family at nats.com/2026. Now it's 2-2, and Gore delivers. Low inside with a cutter. Three balls, 2 strikes the count. Gore is now up to 54 pitches with 30 in this inning after 24 in the first inning. He sets, he kicks, he delivers. And the pitch is a cutter again, low and inside. Not throwing a fastball. He walks him, the bases are loaded, and it's the 3rd walk of the inning. And I doubt that Miguel Cairo and Jim Hickey are liking this. And now Jim Hickey pops out of the dugout. He's going to the mound with his slow down in action, brought to you by Iservay. Nationals pitching coach will use an official mound visit here. With Harris over to third. Alvarez at second, and now Profar on at first base.
Jackson Rutledge has started to play catch now in the Nationals bullpen, and you pointed out a 3-2 cutter there. Back-to-back hitters, he's thrown a 3-2 breaking ball or a cutter. And, you know, Mackenzie Gore is a guy who's pretty aggressive with his fastball normally, so that is a little bit of a change for him. Back-to-back men throwing a payoff pitch, non-four-seam fastball.
Back-to-back cutters. And then lost the hitter. Now he's got to face Matt Olson with the bases loaded. Now the pitch. And Olson looks it over. A strike called over the outside corner. Braves have hit 3 grand slams this year. And Olson has one of them. The pitch, swing and a miss. And the count 0-2. Last Monday, Olson had a 3-run homer against the Nationals. Doubleheader game 1, a solo home run. And then another solo in game 4 on Wednesday. Here's the set. The 0-2 swing and a tapper came up and hit in the box. So a foul ball remaining, no balls and 2 strikes.
Gore has had over 20 foul balls against him already tonight.
3-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glover, a Silver Slugger Award winner. Matt Olson with the bases loaded. Gore's pitch, low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is really piling up. Olson has hit 9 grand slams in his career, but a swing and a miss here. He struck him out. Got him with the fastball that we were waiting for. And the inning is over. With all of that, Atlanta scores just 1 run. There were 2 hits in the inning. 3 walks, a double play, and the bases left loaded. At the end of...
Let's see if we can figure out the following base.
Third inning. Here's Josh Wetzel.
Thank you, Charlie. Robert Hassel, the third, leading off the top of the third for the Nats, and he takes a slider for a strike over the outside from Chris Sale. 2-1 Atlanta. Lefty on lefty matchup. Sale whips in the pitch and kind of a defensive cut and miss, and a fastball bearing in on him. And now Hassel's behind, 0-2. Nasim Nunez led off the ball game with a home run. He's on deck. Braves, though, tied it with the Acuna homer in the bottom of the first. And in an arduous bottom of the second, they scored one run, taking this 2-1 lead. Sale kicks high, whips in the pitch, slider outside. 1-2. Hassel's batting .227, 3 home runs. 66th game of his rookie season. This is the first time he's facing Chris Sale. The delivery, breaking ball, darts over the outside corner, and a called strike 3. So Hassel is gone. That's 5 straight now retired by Sale, 3 of them via strikeout, and now Nunez coming back up. Third inning is fueled by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Let's see how Sale goes after Nasim Nunez now. Switch hitter batting right-handed. They're in at the corner should Nasim bunt. Sale's pitch. It is a breaking ball that swerves over the inside corner for a called strike 1. Nunez yesterday going deep off Sean Manaea in New York to left center. Homering to right field tonight. The 0-1 is clocked in the air to deep left. Back goes Profar to the warning track, and he'll make the catch. Nunez hit that pretty well toward a shorter porch, but Profar caught up to it on the warning track for the second out of the inning.
Well, that was a slider down and in, and he was able to pull the hands in and turn on that. I don't know where this power stroke's coming from, but you can't not like it. As long as he's not changing his swing at all.
Well, 2 up, 2 gone for Sale. He has not thrown very many pitches at all. C.J. Abrams facing him next. Lefty on lefty, the pitch. Abrams whacks it foul to the backstop. 0-1. 2-1 Atlanta, top of the third inning. Abrams flied out to Harrison center field in the first. Sale off the third base into the rubber with that simple semi-windup. He slings home the pitch, and it's poked foul to the left on a slider. Abrams is behind, 0-2.
Well, Josh, normally this doesn't happen, but apparently we got late changes to the umpiring crew or just bad information. Dan Isonia, the crew chief's working the plate tonight with Manny Gonzalez at first, Tyler Jones up from AAA at second, and the only thing that was right, C.B. Buckner still at third base from what we originally told you.
The 0-2 waved that and missed, strike 3. Abrams strikes out, the inning is over, and Dan Iasonia tosses a new baseball out to the mound. He is behind the plate now, Dan Iasonia.
Yes.
Middle of the third inning, it's 2-1. The Braves lead the Nationals on the Nationals Radio Network. He tied the game with that 2-out solo home run to left center field in the first. 2023 National League Most Valuable Player, right-handed hitter. Mackenzie Gore, who could use an efficient inning or two, throws the pitch home, and a fastball rides in high for ball one. That's the 61st pitch for Gore already. He has allowed a whopping 21 foul balls. That's a real contributing factor on that pitch count getting elevated for Gore. Only allowed the one run last inning despite throwing more than 30 pitches. The delivery here is a curveball outside. 2-0 on Acuna. Ozzie Albies on deck, then Ha-Sung Kim in the last half of the third inning. The lefty Gore is 2-0. Fouled straight down to the plate. 2-1. That was that good Mackenzie Gore curveball. Just a beautiful night here in Atlanta. We have officially gone from summer into fall today. And the 2-1, Acuna takes a cutter up and in. Another 3-ball count, 3-1 to Acuna. Infield really playing Acuna to pull toward the left. The second baseman, DeYoung, swung well up the middle. 3-1 pitch. Check swing and a miss, and a good fastball up and in at 95 miles an hour, as tracked by the JTF Gov radar gun. Acuna takes his time out, regroups, and now digs back in, deep in the batter's box. Gore trying to finish him off, fires. Breaking ball, hangs high, and it's ball 4 from Mackenzie Gore. He walked 3 last inning. Now he walks the first batter up here in the bottom of the third. Nationals had Jackson Rutledge warming up at one point in the second when that pitch total was really piling up on Gore.
That will immediately get Jackson Rutledge back up in the Nationals bullpen.
Now the switch inning, Ozzie Albies, batting right-handed, wide open stance. Gore throws the pitch, fastball, tickles the outside corner for a called strike one. So many pitches already for Gore. Even if he really starts to settle in now, he's not going to be able to go too deep into the game. 2-1 Atlanta. The pitch. Fastball, called a strike. Albies not too thrilled with it. And Sonia shaking his head back at Albies, who also didn't like one of the strike calls on him in the first inning. It's 0-2. Again, if Gore throws a lot of pitches and has to leave the game early today, it really re-emphasizes how important it was for the Nationals only needing to use 2 pitchers yesterday in New York. Jake Irvin and Mitchell Parker combining. 1 on, none out. Gore delivers. It's wrapped on the ground foul behind Freddie Gonzalez, coaching third for Atlanta. And still 0-2.
Well, it's so rare that you would have someone or have a club only use 2 pitchers in a game these days, let alone heart stops if there's a complete game.
Here's the stretch. 0-2 again. Punched foul off to the right, curling way out of play. Parker, the first ever National to record a save of longer than 3 innings. And he was happy that in his first career relief appearance, he got to shake hands with the catcher, finishing off a ball game. Acuna tiptoes away from first. Another 0-2 is whacked on the ground through the right side for a base hit. Acuna trots into second and stops. And now runners are at first and second for the Braves with nobody out. And hot hitting Ha-Sung Kim is coming up. And that looks like it's going to be all for Gore right now. Miguel Cairo is headed to the mound. They've got Rutledge warming in the bullpen. Cairo already pointing out to the bullpen. That's going to be all for Gore after only 2+ innings today here in Atlanta. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Main Street Bank. Cheer local, bank local. Put our team in your office. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. 2 on, nobody out. Bottom of the third inning. 2-1 Braves. We'll return after this on the Nationals Radio Network.
It's a great night for baseball.
This match.
singled. He's at first. And Ha-Sung Kim, the batter, against the towering right-hander Rutledge. The pitch is up and in for ball one. And tons of foul balls against Gore today, and Kim hit plenty of them in his at-bat leading off last inning in a 9-pitch at-bat in which he eventually singled. The 1-0, swinging a foul-laced straight back, 1 ball and 1 strike. It was Kim that scored the go-ahead run last inning on the 2-out double from Michael Harris II. Rutledge is making his 60th appearance, actually 61st appearance of the season. Former Nats first-round pick fires, and it's outside and low, 2-1. 5.54 ERA for Rutledge. He's allowed 82 hits in 71 innings, 64 strikeouts, and 23 walks. He sets to the belt and fires. Kim takes the ball high, 3-1 the count. Right-hand batting Kim, that single in the second, now owns a 10-game hitting streak. He's really been hitting well for Atlanta since getting claimed off waivers from the Rays. Rutledge deals, and it is a strike called over the outside, 3-2.
Well, Gore really labored. 71 pitches, 48 strikes in 2 innings plus 2 batters.
4 hits. He walked 4, struck out 3. Now the payoff. Check swing. Did he go? They'll appeal to first. No swing, says Manny Gonzalez. And so that's ball 4 from Rutledge. And Miguel Cairo is not happy. And he's been thrown out of the game. Miguel Cairo has been thrown out of the game by first base umpire Manny Gonzalez.
This is about the check swing.
Cairo's walked out of the third base dugout, got close to the foul line, and is hollering and yelling at the first base umpire. Now he U-turns it back to the dugout and left to head back into the clubhouse.
Gonzalez is waving goodbye to him, telling him he needs to leave. I don't know if Miguel knows he's been thrown out of the game. But he's talking about 2 of those check swings. And they won't continue the game. And Miguel is still yelling from his spot in the top step of the dugout. Now he's going to come out and take it up with Dan Iasonia. The home plate umpire won't continue until Miguel Cairo leaves. Now Miguel's going to get his money's worth.
The dispute continues with Cairo and Dan Iasonia in front of the third base dugout. Henry Blanco is now helping escort Miguel Cairo back into the dugout. It was close on the check swing, but the appeal was denied, and that loads him up with nobody out for Drake Baldwin. 2-1 Atlanta. Baldwin walked in the second. Left-handed hitter. Acuna's getting a huge lead at third. And the Rutledge pitch backs off Baldwin inside. 1-0. Atlanta's got a shot here to really bust this game open early. Bases loaded. Nobody out. The 1-0 pitch is a slider down and in. 2-0 now on Baldwin.
A lot of pitches, not a lot of strikes.
Acuna's at third, Albies at second, Kim at first base. The delivery, way upstairs, 3-0. Rutledge missing badly with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and now he has to throw a strike or he forces in Atlanta's third run of the ballgame. The big right-hander sets, kicks, and fires. It is a strike, just barely nicking the outside corner, and that was a very generous call by Dan Iasonia on a pitch that appeared to be 1 or 2 baseballs outside. 3-1. Here it comes. Swing and a ground ball shot up the middle of base hit. Acuna scores. Albies around third will score. Kim races around to third base. It's a 2-run single for Baldwin and a 4-1 Atlanta lead. Still no outs in the third inning.
Oh, you get behind. It's a hitter's count. He's trying to make it all the way back and could not. Rutledge have been so good lately. That's now out of 30 2 inherited runners, 15 scoring, so almost 50%, but he had stranded a whole bunch in recent outings, had a whole bunch of scoreless appearances. Jim Hickey's out for another visit, and a slowdown in action brought to you by Iservay.
That closes the books on Mackenzie Gore, since both of those runs were his. 4 runs allowed, all earned in 2 innings, plus 2 batters here in the third. Atlanta has scored in all 3 innings, taking a 4-1 lead. Now it's Marcell Ozuna after the mound visit. Ozuna grounded into the double play last inning that appeared to give Gore the chance to get out of the second with no real damage done. And then Michael Harris, the second, foiled that plan with an RBI double right after that. Ozuna in there, big right-handed hitter. Rutledge's pitch is way up and in. That was a slider that didn't break. Ozuna ducked down, and Riley Adams speared the pitch almost above the helmet of Ozuna. It's 1-0 on the man they call the Big Bear. Wide open stance for the spread out Marcell Ozuna. Men at the corners, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high, pop fly foul. Off to the right, soaring into the second deck. 1-1 to Ozuna. Nats trail 4-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. And now the Rutledge 1-1. Breaking ball fouled it down to the plate. A ball and 2 strikes. Rutledge dusts off the rubber with his right foot as Ozuna backs out of the box for a moment. Outfield playing him a bit to pull. Rutledge looks over the runners. Here it is. Low outside with a sinker. 2-2. Ozuna waves the bat around a little bit menacingly at the plate. Rutledge brings the hands together at the belt. He pumps in the pitch. Ozuna slices a line drive foul out of play down the right field line. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. If this were a football game, the time of possession would be very slanted right now. Another 2-2. Punch foul back to the right. Still 2-2. Nationals pitchers have thrown about 90 pitches so far in this game. Chris Sale threw 3 innings of work for the Braves. Is yet to throw his 30th pitch. Men at the corners, nobody out in the 2-2. Fouled straight down to the plate. Yet another foul ball. So whether it's been Gore on the mound or now Jackson Rutledge, these Braves hitters have just been fouling off pitch after pitch, it seems like, in this game. This will now be the 8th pitch of this battle between Rutledge and Ozuna. Again, the stretch. Here it comes. Breaking ball tomahawked on the line to left, the base hit. Kim jogs in to score. Baldwin stops at second. Now it's 5-1 Braves. That run goes against the line of Rutledge. There are still no outs in the bottom of the third.
Well, it's quite the antithesis of what we saw. A well-pitched game, tight game in New York. Rutledge hung a breaking ball over the middle of the plate, and to be honest with you, I would say he's lucky that was only hit for a single.
Ozuna's not been hitting homers lately. Gets an RBI hit on that hanging slider. Now the pitch to Michael Harris. The second is laced foul down the right field line. 0-1. Twice now Harris has ambushed the first pitch.
Ambushing a fastball that was running in on him, and he still got around on it.
Here is a very aggressive hitter at the plate. Baldwin at second, Ozuna at first. Here it comes, and a ground ball off the mound, up the middle into center field. Baldwin rounds third. He'll score. Ozuna rumbles around at third base. 6-1 Atlanta on the Harris RBI single, with men at the corners all over again for the Braves.
I'd say, unfortunately, right now, it looks like the Braves are just taking batting practice.
They are pouring it on in the third inning. They have sent 6 men to the plate. Nobody has been retired yet. Ninth place hitter Nacho Alvarez Jr. will now bat. Riley Adams, the catcher, flashes signs of the infielders, letting them know what play is on in case Harris breaks from first base. Alvarez, a right-handed hitter. Rutledge deals. Breaking ball hangs high. 1-0. Alvarez walked in the second.
Connor Pilkington's now up in the Nationals bullpen, the left-hander.
With men at first and third, Rutledge with a long set delivers. And a check swing foul squibbed at the plate. Evens things up 1-1.
That one hit Alvarez in the batter's box.
Alvarez did not play yesterday after he had a cut on his thumb. And he had a great game over the weekend with 2 homers Saturday and one of those Braves wins over Detroit. 1-1 pitch, not yet. Turn and a throw to first since Harris diving back. Harris certainly a threat to run with 16 stolen bases for a Braves team that in general has not run much this year. One of the lower stolen base totals in the game. Ozuna's at third, Harris at first. 6-1 Atlanta, and the pitch, a breaking ball that tumbles in just enough for a strike. And again, kind of a generous strike zone from Dan Iasonia there. That pitch appeared to be up above the top rail, but it was called a strike on the rookie Alvarez. Former 5th-round pick of Atlanta, out of a junior college in Riverside, California. Nacho Alvarez Jr. back in there. Rutledge pauses. The delivery, Harris running. It's a pitch in the dirt, backhanded by Adams, so no throw to second as Harris dives in there anyway with his 17th stolen base.
There's really no chance to throw when the pitch is in the dirt like that. Riley Adams, who's trying to make sure that ball doesn't get away to allow the runner at third to score.
Adams snagged that backhanded, almost more like a first baseman scooping a low throw to first base.
Good play.
Infield most of the way in now for the Nationals. The delivery, squibbed foul behind the plate again by Alvarez, and it remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. The steal of Harris takes away the possibility of a double play, which certainly would have been something Rutledge is coveting in this spot. He has thrown close to 30 pitches now in relief of Gore this inning, and he has not recorded an out. Another 2-2. Alvarez takes low and outside, a fastball missing, and it's a full count on Alvarez.
I would say the leash getting short here for Rutledge. Can't retire this batter.
Ozuna's at third base, Harris at second, and the pitch is grounded to shortstop. Nunez looks back the runners and throws to first. So there is the first out of the inning. Runners freezing with the infield playing in. Nunez looked to second as Harris hustled back to the bag.
Nice play by Nunez, under control. Looked around, surveyed the situation, and then the rest was routine.
And now the leadoff man, Profar, who's batting for the 3rd time of the night already. Nats will keep the infield most of the way in. Profar batting left-handed, and the pitch pulled foul off the screen in front of his own first base side dugout. 0-1.
That was blistered.
Bench coach Walt Weiss, longtime big league shortstop, was on the top step of the dugout there, and he moved away after that foul ball right toward him. 0-1 on Profar. Rutledge, after recording his first out, delivers, and it's fouled away back over the screen, making it 0-2. Profar kind of set the tone a little bit tonight in the bottom of the first with multiple foul balls before Mackenzie Gore eventually struck him out. Gore walked Profar in the second. 6-1 Atlanta. The pitch pulled in the ground softly, foul to the first base dugout. 0-2. It's a new batch of baseballs from one of the Truist Park Bat Boys, run out to plate umpire Dan Iasonia. Matt Olson, the only man not to bat this inning, is on deck. Runners at second and third, one out. 4 runs in. The 0-2. Fastball inside. A ball and 2 strikes to Profar. 6'8" right-hander Jackson Rutledge looking in. This will be his 33rd pitch in relief this inning. Here it comes, and it's inside in that clipped Profar. He was hit by the pitch.
My goodness.
It grazed him somewhere, so Profar gets nicked by the pitch, loading the bases.
Yeah, caught him on the outside of the right knee. And then clipped Riley Adams as well. And Henry Blanco's coming out. I think he's going to Pilkington.
Henry Blanco, now the acting manager for the Nationals, with Miguel Cairo ejected earlier in the inning. With Matt Olson coming up, the Nationals make their second pitching change of the inning. Again, brought to you by Main Street Bank. Pilkington will face Olson when we come back. Bases loaded, 1 out in the bottom of the third. 6-1 Atlanta on the Nationals Radio Network.
Great moments in baseball have been brought.
Inning for the Nationals, and he has to face the man who was named the National League Player of the Week today, Matt Olson. Olson's been the least effective guy for the Braves so far tonight. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts off starter Mackenzie Gore. 6-1 Braves. Pilkington stretches and delivers. It is a fastball for a called strike 1. Jackson Rutledge recorded 1 out. He faced 6 hitters, allowing 3 hits, 2 runs. He walked 1 and hit 1. All 3 men on base are his men. The 0-1 slider outside and in the dirt. And another good save by Riley Adams, preventing a wild pitch. It's a ball and a strike on Olson.
Nats could really use a double play here.
Ozuna's at third, Harris at second, Profar over at first. The 1-1. Slice to left, down the line. It is curving foul into the screen. And now Olson is behind 1 and 2.
And he has grounded into the most double plays of any Brave at 14, so maybe you can get him to roll over on one.
Pilkington, who recently turned 28 years old, is 6'3", 240-pound southpaw out of Mississippi State University. He sets to the letters and throws the pitch. Olson lays off the slider, bending low and outside.
Yeah, really yanked that one. Adams had to reach into the right-handed hitter's batter's box to haul it in.
30th appearance this season for Pilkington. And now the 2-2. Swinging a chopper foul into that first base side dugout of the Braves.
He was a non-roster invite to spring training, didn't make the club. Was having a really good year with you at Rochester at the time the Nationals brought him up after the All-Star break.
He's had some nice moments for the Nats since coming up, and he's only allowed 18 hits in 26 2/3 innings, 30 strikeouts, another 2-2. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Olsen with the fastball. So there's this second out of the inning.
That one had some ride on it, some elevation.
96.9 miles an hour to be exact. So he really goosed that one up there. Now, no matter what your definition is of batting around, the Braves have done it this inning now as Ronald Acuna Jr., who led off the inning with a walk, is up there again. The Pilkington pitch is off speed and outside, 1-0.
Well, when everybody's batted, you've batted around, right? For me, it's batted around when the 10th man hits, right?
No matter what your definition is, whether it's 9, whether it's 10, they're at number 10.
Everybody batted. Yep.
Braves 6, Nationals 1, and the pitch is a fastball at the knees for a strike.
I got a break there. Acuna didn't think it was a strike.
Dan Iasonia gave a sideways glance back to Acuna after Acuna gave him a sideways glance. 1-1. It's on the way. Nearly hit him down and in with a fastball as Acuna somehow tiptoed back out of the way of it.
What's your definition of a sideways glance?
Like this, you know.
Tilt your head?
Yeah.
Or are you looking one out of one eye?
The 2-1 is in the dirt, and Adams smothers it for a ball, 3-1. Maybe Acuna thought that Iasonia was looking with one eye, calling that one pitch a strike. Acuna homered in the first, tying the game at that point.
Maybe ask for him to use both eyes for the next pitch. That might get you kicked
that
out.
Probably would do it. Here it comes. Fastball upstairs, and that will force home a run. It is 7-1 Atlanta. Acuna walks for the second time in the inning, this time with the bases loaded, bringing home Ozuna. This inning has been less than ideal for the Nationals.
I will proclaim that your most understated or overstated understatement of all time.
That was some expert analysis. Ozzie Albies is the batter. Pilkington delivers. Outside, 1-0.
Sometimes he's just trying to find a lot of synonyms for bad.
Harris is at third base. Profar's at second. Acuna at first. And the 1-0 is fouled straight back. Albies had a ferocious cut. 1-1. Coming off a good series against Detroit. Of course, a lot of guys had good series for Atlanta against Detroit. Braves riding an 8-game win streak and leading 7-1 in the third inning tonight. Nationals pitchers have thrown almost 4 times as many pitches as Chris Sale has now. It'll be a 1-1 pitch from Pilkington. Here it is. Albies takes outside. Fastball tailing off the corner.
This half inning's so long for Chris Sale, it's like a rain delay. He may have to go throw in the batting cage to loosen up again.
And now Albies is walking over toward the first base dugout, flexing his left hand.
He hurt himself on the swing.
Now squeezing. The athletic trainer is feeling around on the left hand of Ozzie Albies under the watchful gaze of Brian Snitker, the Braves manager. Albies has been playing well lately for Atlanta, finishing the season strong, and there have been so many injuries for the Braves this year. The injuries early on kind of derailed their season in many respects. Kind of looks like they're feeling around almost in the wrist area of Albies.
Yeah, the outside of the hand and the wrist.
And he had a huge swing on that pitch, fouling the ball back. Albies is putting his batting glove back on. And it looks like, as he going to continue or not? He just put his batting glove back on. Now Pilkington will throw some practice pitches during the interim here.
George Poulos is the director of player health and the head athletic trainer of the Braves, and he's asked Albies to take a swing, and he did, and
he's coming out of the game.
Said that hurt, and so he's coming out.
Wow.
And we have to move around because the motion detector, I guess, detected that we weren't moving. All the lights in our broadcast booth just went out.
Was it a lack of motion or the length of the inning?
I think it's a combination of both. So a hitter's going to have to come in mid-count, 2-1.
Let's see who the Braves go with. Brian Snitker's still talking with Dan Iasonia. Looks like Nick Allen will be the man who resumes the at-bat. Allen played a lot of shortstop earlier in the year for the Braves. So he will pick up this plate appearance for Albies, who's now out of the game with an injury. This inning has featured now an ejection and an injury. Very, very early on in the inning, Miguel Cairo, the Nationals manager, was ejected over a check swing call.
We're going to have to check with our studio producer, Vic Ferreira, for whether this threatens the longest half inning for time in Nationals history.
All right, Allen's in there, right-handed hitter, 2 balls and a strike. Pilkington's pitch inside, 3-1. And there's no room for Allen with the bases loaded up. 7-1 Braves in only the third inning. The kick, the southpaw pitches, and Allen swings and misses. Chased the bad ball outside. That would have been ball 4.
Allen, a shortstop most of the year for the Braves. Hit just .220. Now has lost that playing time to Ha-Seong Kim.
The payoff with the runners going. Check swing and a miss at a ball upstairs. Strike 3. And that brings the inning to an end. Big inning for Atlanta, to say the least. They send 11 men to the plate, score 5 runs, and the Braves, at the end of 3 innings, lead the Nationals 7-1 on the Nationals radio.
All the big hits.
By your Washington area Honda dealers. Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. Visit your local Washington area Honda dealer today. Chris Sale's on the bench for a long time that last half inning. First pitch here in the 4th is in there at the knees on Chaparro for a called strike 1. A fastball from Sale. Atlanta sending 11 men to the plate in the bottom of the 3rd, scoring 5 times. Sale whips in the pitch. A ball low, just barely, on the changeup. 4 hits in that inning for Atlanta. There were 3 walks, a hit batsman. Sale kicks up, throws the pitch home, and it's popped high in the air, foul off to the right. That will drop in the second deck here at Truist Park. 1-2. Chaparro hit a little roller toward the mound that Sale handled easily in the first inning. He gave up a home run to Nasim Nunez tonight in his first pitch, but has not given up much at all since. The 1-2, Chaparro fouls one down to the plate, a good slider, and it's still 1-2. Nunez homered to lead off the game with 2 outs in the first inning. Riley Adams got hit with a pitch, and it's been 7 up, 7 down since then for Sale.
Chaparro shaking off the sting of fouling that off his foot.
Big right-handed batter back in there, spread out with an open stance. Batting third for the second time tonight, Andres Chaparro. 1-2 again, outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 9-time All-Star Chris Sale on the mound. Former Cy Young Award winner. Cuts loose in the 2-2, and it's lined toward short, speared by Kim for the out. Bit of a hanging at slider. Chaparro laced it, but right at the shortstop, Kim, for the first out of the inning. And nobody on then for Riley Adams. This Saturday, it's Hello Kitty Day at Nats Park. With a special ticket, you'll score a City Connect Hello Kitty figurine, and the Nats host the White Sox at 4:05. Learn more at nats.com/specials. Pitch to Adams, fouled back against the screen, strike 1. Adams, big right-handed hitter. He was hit by a pitch in the first. Riley's gotten a workout behind the plate tonight, first 3 innings of this game. Sale pumps in the 0-1. Swing and a miss, more of a curveball that time from Sale. 0-2 the count. Sale all arms and legs out there. 6'6", 180. The 0-2 stays outside. 1-2. Second baseman is shading it toward the middle. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Adams strikes out, and that ball was elevated. And Allen on the mind. Nick Allen playing second base after Albies got injured last inning. So there are 2 outs in the fourth, and now Dylan Cruz will bat. Cruz popped out to the shortstop his first time up. Right-hand hitter. Sale unloads on the first pitch and steers that changeup over the inside corner. Well placed. 0-1. 9 in a row retired by Sale. He quickly deals again. Breaking ball. Veers over the inside corner. And Cruz finds himself behind in the count. 0-2. And that long bottom of the third inning does not appear to have thrown off Sale one bit. He's cruising along right now with a 7-1 lead. Sale from the extreme third base side of the rubber. Now kicks and fires. Breaking ball dips low. 1-2. If Cruz can extend this top of the fourth, Paul DeYoung would come up next. Sale cranks it home, swinging a drive deep in the air to left field. Profar's going back. He heads to the fence. This is gone. Cruz pounds one out of here to left field. It's now 7-2 Atlanta. The Nationals have 2 base hits. They've both been home runs. The fastball up, and Cruz went up and got it. A soaring home run to left.
Caught a fastball running in and had the hands in, pulled in, turned on it, and put it into the second deck and straight away left.
We'll get Paul DeYoung to the plate, and he chops the first pitch to third. Alvarez backs up to handle it. Strong throw to first in time for the out, and that ends the inning. So the Nationals get a run in the Dylan Cruz homer. Still a lot of work to do, though, going to the bottom of the fourth. It's Atlanta 7, Washington 2 on the Nationals Radio Network. Kim singled and scored in the second. Walked in the third inning. The 0-1. Down too low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Kim walked in a check swing that drew the ire of Miguel Cairo, who was ejected, disputing that call from first base umpire Manny Gonzalez. That was still in the early part of that 5-run third inning. The line of the pitch. Kim hits a chopper to third, leaning over, House backhands it. Tough across the body throw to first is perfect, and Kim is set aside.
That shows you how strong of an arm he has. He's off the wrong foot and into foul ground and whips a cross-body throw with a player not remotely close.
A throw right at the chest of Andres Chaparro, retiring Kim in plenty of time. Now the left-hand batting rookie catcher Drake Baldwin. Atlanta 7, Nationals 2. Lau zips in the delivery. Baldwin lines one to right. That's rolling toward the fence as Cruz was playing him toward right center, and Baldwin jogs into second base with a double. He continues to impress in his rookie season. Baldwin has not been retired tonight. A walk, a 2-run single, and now a well-struck double off Sauron Lau. Baldwin's in the scoring position for Marcell Ozuna. Ozuna's 1 for 2 with an RBI single tonight. It's a 4th Nationals appearance for Sauron Lau. The converted position player pauses to the belt, kicks high and deals. Slider outside, 1-0.
As you had pointed out when he was called up, not your typical position player to pitch or switch. Usually that's a guy who's had trouble hitting but can throw the ball like 100 miles an hour. That isn't him.
He's a sinker slider type guy, Lau. The 1-0 in at the knees for a strike. That was the good slider from Lau. His fastball, that sinker, is generally in that 92, 93, 94 mile an hour range, and it seems like a lot of the converted position players are the real flamethrowers. Baldwin's at second with one out in the fourth. The pitch. Line drive looped over shortstop. The base hit in the left field. Hassel charges it. And Baldwin will hold at third base, putting runners in the corners on Ozuna's second straight single. First and third with one out now for Michael Harris II, eighth place hitter who's already batting for the third time tonight. Harris doubled in a run in the second inning, which had 26-year-old Salran Lau from the Dominican Republic on the mound. Looks over the runners, and he throws the pitch now to Harris. Swing and a miss. 0-1. That was at 94 miles an hour from Lau, who got to the big leagues earlier this year with the Mariners for a couple of games. Was claimed off waivers by the Nationals.
Didn't waste much time in getting him to the big leagues.
The 0-1. Tails low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's interesting how the Mariners were using him this year in AAA. He was starting most of the time, but only generally pitching 3 to 4 innings.
Looks like they were tailoring, making him the event they needed just a long reliever.
The 1-1. Poked on the ground to second, fielded by DeYoung. He goes to Nunez for an out, and then Nunez throws it away to first. Baldwin will score, and it's 8-2 Atlanta. They had a shot at a double play. Harris didn't hit it real hard. Nunez, the shortstop, flying across the bag at second, kind of airmailed the throw. DeYoung gave him an okay feed at second base. It looked almost like the ball slipped out of Nassim's hand.
Yeah, watching the replay, I don't know that they would have gotten him, but since nobody advanced, there's no error on the play because you can't assume double play, and that means an RBI for Harris on run number 8.
And the ball did not go out of play either, so Harris stays at second as Nacho Alvarez laces a single into center field, moving Harris into scoring position at second base. Alvarez lining that one sharply into center field. Atlanta has scored in all 4 innings today, up 8-2 in the fourth.
The Nats have not had a 1-2-3 inning or an inning with less than 4 Braves batting. That was the first inning.
Next up, Jurickson Profar. Lau brings it in there, and that's high, 1-0. Now, this inning started with Kim grounding out to third base, but then Baldwin doubled, Ozuna singled him to third. Harris drove in the run with the fielder's choice before the Alvarez base hit. And now Lau's 1-0. Taken over the outside corner to Profar. A 93 mile an hour sinker that levels the count off. 1 ball and 1 strike. Braves 8, Nationals 2 in the bottom of the fourth. Lau pauses and fires. Very high. 2-1. Profar struck out in the first, walked in the second, was hit by pitch in the third inning. That was the final pitch Jackson Rutledge threw. Nationals have used Mackenzie Gore, Jackson Rutledge, Connor Pilkington, now Salran Lau. The 2-1 is tapped in the ground foul toward the first base dugout. 2-2 on Profar.
And while Gore pitched just 2 innings plus 2 batters, and when he had a ball slip out of his hand, did get a visit from Miguel Cairo and the director of athletic training, Paul Assard, said he was fine, state of the game, but he just kind of never really looked right for the start tonight.
2-2 the count. It's on the way now to Profar. Swinging a hard line drive, pulled foul into the screen down the right field line. We'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That was a slider running in. Not even far enough for get the barrel to it like that. Lau
works from the first base side of the rubber. He eyes the target, checks back to second base, and now deals the 2-2. Profar checks and holds on a slider in the dirt.
Good block.
2 strikes.
Good block by Adams. Keep that one from getting through the 5-hole.
Adams has done a good job tonight blocking some pitches in the dirt, and unfortunately for Riley Adams and the Nationals, he's had to do quite a little bit of that.
He's going to be one tired man after this game.
Runners will be moving here, 3-2 with 2 outs. Here it comes. Profar takes ball 4 outside. The last couple of innings, Braves have had the bases loaded a lot. They've got them loaded again now with Harris at third base, Alvarez at second, and now Profar aboard at first in front of Matt Olson.
That is the 7th walk by Nationals pitching with 2 out of the bottom of the 4th inning.
7 walks and a hit batter.
Ouch.
Now Olson, in a game the Braves are leading 8-2, has struck out all 3 times. Lau will go from the full windup against him.
He of the 9 career Grand Slams, and Siren Lau, I think, just got a pitch clock violation.
And I think they just said that was a disengagement.
Oh, okay.
He backed off the rubber.
That's it.
Now the wind, and the first pitch to Olson, a slider inside. And he's going from the windup, and he backed off the rubber. And he did it in a smart way. His right foot, his pivot foot, he took off the rubber first, avoiding a balk. But it does count as a disengagement. Now he turns to the left and brings home the 1-0, and Olson drives one the other way to deep left center field. Hassel speeding back will have room, and at the warning track, he makes the catch. So Olson leaves the bases loaded. Only 1 run in the inning for Atlanta, despite 3 hits and a walk. So we played 4 now in the Deep South. It's 8-2. The Braves. 8-2 Atlanta. Brady House leads off the 5th for the Nationals. Back in with the play-by-play in the Nissan broadcast booth, Charlie Slows.
All right, thank you, Josh. Here's the pitch from Chris Sale. That's a fastball taking a called strike. That's his 44th pitch throw. Nationals pitchers in 4 innings have thrown 141. Sale delivers, and House takes low and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. What did you say about that time of possession, or time at the plate it would be in baseball, right?
Yeah.
The Braves have been up at the plate a whole lot longer. Sale delivers, swing and a miss. With a change of speed, 1-2 on House, who struck out swinging his only time up in the 2nd. Sale has fan 5. He kicks, he delivers. Breaking ball is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chris Sale Has 143 wins in his career, 88 losses. Entered the night with an ERA even at 3. 312th start, 392nd regular season appearance. He delivers, and Howe swings and fouls it off his leg in the box. Stays alive with a 2-2 count. 3 complete games, actually 16 complete games, 3 shutouts. 18 holds, 12 saves. Done a little bit of everything with relief work earlier in his career. He rocks and kicks. Here's his pitch, and it's way outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
This is his first 3-ball count all night.
Now the left-hander winds and he fires off speed. Missed outside. He walks Brady House to start the top of the 5th inning. Jacob Young will come up. Sale was acquired in a trade in December of 23 for the Red Sox. Infielder Vaughn Grissom. Cash only also coming to the Braves to help pay the big contract of Sale at the time. Now the pitch, and a fastball outside, a Young, ball 1. Signed a 2-year deal with Atlanta, $38 million. That runs through this year with a team option for next year. Left-hander ready. The kick, here it comes, and it is off the plate away. 2 balls and no strikes. At field, just barely a touch to right on Young. Third baseman Alvarez in with the bag, up at the edge of the grass to the right of the cutout of the pitch. That one missed outside. Slider missing. It's 3-0 to Young. Cy Young Award for Sale last year. 9-time All-Star, Gold Glove winner. Pitch on the way. Called strike over the inside corner as Young snapped back away from it. It's 3-1. He's won an ERA title, the Triple Crown as well as pitcher, starting pitcher. Of course, a 2018 World Series ring with the Red Sox. Now the pitch. Swing by Young and a high fly ball to right field. Not deep. Acuna barely has to move. Now moves in a step and does make the catch for the out. One away here in the top of the 5th inning. This portion of Nationals baseball is brought to you by Portner & Shore, attorneys at law. Expect more at Portner & Shore. Call 855-PORTNER or visit PortnerandShore.com. And we'll bring up Robert Hassel III. Struck out looking his first time against Sale. Now the kick and the pitch. Breaking ball, called strike over the outside corner. And Hassel starting in left field for the 2nd time this year. 7 starts in right. Most of his starts, 40 of them, have been in center field. Now the pitch. Low outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. And against Sale, Luis Garcia Jr., James Wood, who's only missed 4 games all year, down in the lineup. Nordsdale and Lyle still a little banged up with that left knee, but should be able to play tomorrow, according to him. Here's the pitch. Inside, and it hit him. A dead ball. Hassel hit by the pitch will go to first. One in on the hands. And that is the 2nd batter hit by Sale in the game. Only the 2nd left-handed hitter he's hit this year.
Got it kind of on the left forearm. It ran under Hassel's front arm. Got him kind of midway between the wrist and the elbow. Got a smile on his face, though, as he talks to Gerardo Parra, the first base coach, but I doubt if that felt great.
So here's Nasim Nunez, who's homered inside the right field foul pole up into the chop house seats. Starting the game, the first pitch, breaking ball way inside, ball 1. And then he pulled an 0-1 pitch to left field in the 3rd, caught by Jurickson Profar on the warning track. So he yanked that breaking ball. So chance for the Nationals here. Trailing 8-2, 2 on, and 1 man out. Now the pitch to Nunez, way outside. It's 2-0. Switch hitter batting right, and now time called. Drake Baldwin is going to go to the mound here. A mound visit of the Braves, walks the ball out, hands it, puts it in the glove of Chris Sale.
Maybe the long third inning did have an impact on Sale a little bit. Who knows?
Delayed reaction.
Yeah.
So, again, this is the only game going on in Major League Baseball right now with Brewers and Padres to play in about a half an hour. Implication for that game, the Brewers, of course, they've clinched the division. Padres are 3 back of the Dodgers in the NL West. And holding the second wild card spot, 3 games behind the Cubs. They're in a good spot. Now the pitch. And Nunez takes low and inside. Ball 3, 3-0. Other game is Cardinals and Giants. And the Giants have hung around. They're 3 back of the wild card race. They've been struggling, having lost 3 of 4, 7 of 9. Now the pitch. 3-0. Nunez taking. Fastball called strike. 3-1. C.J. Abrams on deck. Now Sale coming set. He kicks, he delivers on 3-1. And it missed. Ball 4. A little high the outside, and Nunez has drawn a walk, and the bases are loaded for the Nationals here with 1 out. What's interesting about that? Well, he might have a good argument. That last pitch looked like it was right in the strike zone.
Sure was.
Even Nunez seemed surprised that it wasn't called a strike. So they're loaded up. House at third, Hassel at second, Nunez at first. Great speed at second, and even more than great at first. Now the pitch to Abrams. Lays off a curveball way outside and low. Grabbed by Drake Baldwin out to his left. Over to the right-handed hitter's batter's box. Can Abrams deliver a hit to chip away at this Braves lead? Sale setting. Now the kick and the pitch. Swing and a pop-up foul. Third base side will make the seats out of play. So we're going to pitch knee-high, just maybe off the plate. Most of the games with big implications tomorrow. Mets are in Chicago against the Cubs. Reds host the Pirates. The pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 2. Good slider that time from Sale. And Arizona will host the Dodgers. The Mets and Reds tied for the third wild card spot, in Arizona 1 game back. Now the pitch. Swing and a foul ball into the Nationals dugout of the home plate end. Laid on that pitch, 1-2, pardon me. As far as tiebreakers, the Reds have the tiebreaker against both Arizona and the Mets. The Mets have to win out by a game. They're not in the best spot right now after the losses over the weekend of the Nationals. Here's the pitch. And Abrams takes. It's low and outside with a breaking ball, 2-2. Arizona tied in a season series with the Mets. So they'd have to go to records in their own division, and Arizona would win that tiebreaker. Mets ended up a losing record in the division. Here's the pitch. Fastball called, strike 3 toward the outside corner at the knees. And Abrams knew it. So Chris Sale with his 6th strikeout of the night. And the 2nd out of the inning. Big pitch, big out. Leaves it up to Andres Chaparro, who's tapped to the right side, fielded by Sale. And then lined out to short last time up. Sale working out of the stretch, delivers the pitch. Breaking ball, pulled foul outside of third on the ground. No play. Braves with 10 hits, the Nats with just 2. And Atlanta, despite leaving 9 men on base in the last 3 innings, leading 8-2. Now Sale kicks, delivers, way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sale has one of those windups that the home plate umpire has to ask in these spots, are you winding up or pitching from the stretch? Because it's not easy to tell. It's such a minimal windup. That's very similar to pitch from the stretch. Here is the pitch. Fastball, missed low and inside at 91 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's got to designate to the umpires which one he's doing. Otherwise, he could end up with a balk.
House off third, Hasselhoff second, Nunez off first. 2-1 pitch on the way, breaking ball, swing, and a foul at the plate, count even 2-2. Just barely got a piece. Chaparro can hit it a ton when he squares it up. He's back in for the right side. Stance a bit open, feet a bit spread. Sale coming set. Now the kick, here it comes. Fastball fouled straight back. They will do it again with a new baseball for number 51, Chris Sale.
He's thrown about as many pitches this inning as he did the previous 4 combined.
It's up to 74. Next pitch will be the 32nd of the inning. The kick in, here it comes. Swinging a ground ball. Diving stop. It's off the glove of Alvarez and down the left field line. This will score 2. Nunez trying to score the 3rd run. Throw to the plate is late. It's a double, clearing the bases. 3-run score. And it's now the Braves 8 and the Nationals 5. Andres Chaparro comes through, pulling a sharp ground ball toward the third base line. And the third baseman, Nacho Alvarez, diving for it. It went off and over his glove. And Nasim Nunez is so fast that he scored all the way from first with a 3rd run, with Jurickson Profar not taking all that long to get to it. And so now, a visit to the mound from Rick Kranitz, the Braves pitching coach here. One swing of the bat has gotten the Nationals back in this game.
Sure has. And a couple of things there. Alvarez got his glove on that, which slowed the ball down a little bit, which helped Nunez to score. And Profar is kind of limping around a little bit out there in left field. He does not look like he's real comfortable after he went in to pursue that ground ball double.
This may go back to when he was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning.
Maybe. He does not look real comfortable out there in left. And that's Ricky Gutierrez knowing the speed, too, of his runner at first, Nunez, who scored no problem there.
So now the batter's Riley Adams. Sale delivers, and Adams takes, and that's high, ball 1 with a changeup. Adams hit by a pitch in the outside the left knee in the 1st inning, struck out swinging in the 4th. Sale coming set. Pitch to Adams inside, and it hit him again. On a slider, down and in, got him in the foot. And so now, as Adams walks that off, walking slow to first base, Dylan Cruz, who homered in his last at bat, comes to the plate, representing the tying run. That one went in between the legs of Adams and hit him on the inside of the right foot. I would venture to guess, even without looking it up, it's the first time he's been hit twice in a game. Adams has now been hit 5 times for the year. So here's Cruz, the pitch. Fastball is outside, ball 1.
Braves have started to warm up Hunter Stratton now in their bullpen.
How about this? Chaparro off second. Adams off first. Sale delivers, and Cruz takes a called strike with a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. 96 miles an hour. Now Sale quickly to the set. Runners lead first and second. And the 1-1. Swinging a line drive. Oh, it's caught by Olsen with a little leap at first. A rocket off the bat of Dylan Cruz. That could have possibly gotten another run home, and maybe more if it couldn't be cut off toward the corner by Ronald Acuna Jr. A rocket off the bat of Cruz at 103 miles an hour and caught by Olsen to end the inning.
Take a
to score 3 runs in the top of the inning, saying that he took second base on the throw to the plate, but we just watched a replay from high home angle. He never stopped running at all. Pitch to Ronald Acuna Jr. swung on and fouled outside of third. Sauron Lau, who came on in the 4th inning, still out there for the Nationals. Acuna, solo homer in the first, walked in the third twice. He walked twice. He led off that inning walking, and then he walked with the bases loaded later. Pitch taken, and it's low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Acuna with 2 runs scored, 2 runs driven in this game. Sauron Lau into the windup. Pitch. That's a called strike with a slider. And he gets ahead of Acuna, 1-2. Now this looked like it might be a total blowout. But now the Nats have made this very interesting. With only 3 hits on their side of the ledger. Pitch of the way. Inside, drilled him. He hit Acuna in the back, and Acuna's not happy. Not at all. Goes and hands the bat to the bat boy. Now he'll take off many pieces of his protective gear and heads for first base. But he kind of gave a look out at Sauron Lau, but come on, he hit him in the back with a changeup.
Yeah, it was a changeup that got him on the rear end. Just above the rear end, maybe.
At the belt. And Acuna was nodding his head, so maybe Sauron Lau said, I'm not trying to hit you.
Guy who's just barely gotten to the big leagues. He's not throwing it. Acuna.
Here's Nick Allen, who had to come in mid-at-bat when Ozzie Albies left, injuring his hand back in the 4th inning. No report yet. Swing and a miss by Allen, strike 1. He came in mid-at-bat and struck out. This is second at bat. 10 doubles, no homers, 21 RBIs, 219 average. The pitch taken high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Third baseman House is playing up even with the bag. Chaparro holding the runner at first. DeYoung, second baseman toward the middle. Straight up Nunez at short. Big gap in left center though. Pitch in there called strike. With a sinking fastball to the knees. Hassel straightaway in left, but Jacob Young a bit to right center. Jacob never plays perfectly dead straight center field. I think he likes to have a good view of the pitch. So he's either just off to the left or just off to the right. Cruises toward the line and right. So there is a noticeable gap in left center. Loud to the belt. And the pitch swung on, line to center field. Young is right there, a couple of steps to his right, makes the catch. Acuna halfway towards second, retreats to first.
Well, if he had been in dead center, that would have come right to him.
Yeah, he wouldn't have had to move. You can vote for Trevor Williams, the Nationals nominee for the 2025 Roberto Clemente Award. The award honors players making a difference on and off the field. Head to MLBtogether.com/Clemente Award. Vote for Trevor Williams today. Now the batter is Hassan Kim. He swings and lines one to center. Here comes Jacob again into a slide. Makes the catch. It juggled it, popped into the air, and he grabbed it to complete the catch. Jacob Young does it again. And he's shaking his left hand. Appeared to hurt his left hand on the slide. Let's see if he rolled the glove. They made the catch. It popped out. They grabbed it, caught it with his throwing hand. I don't know if he hurt his hand skinning it on the grass, and now Henry Blanco, the Nationals acting manager, coming out with action in the bullpen, and left-hander P.J. Poulin throwing, and it looks like he wants to make a change to bring in the lefty to face Drake Baldwin. Jacob Young, his glove is down on the grass now, and he appears to be very uncomfortable in center field, so we'll see if they check on him when we come back after another pitching change break. A call to the bullpen brought to you by Main Street Bank. Shoe Local, Bank Local with 1 out and 1 on to the bottom of the 5th here in Atlanta. It's the Braves 8 of the Nationals 5 on the National.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks.
There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight.
The bats have come alive. A showstopper. We're just playing Powerball. This place doesn't know what hit him.
These teams are entertaining, are they not? The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th-inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com/Kids Eat Free.
P.J. Poulin warming for the Nationals as he is pitcher number 5 tonight for the Nats. Poulin with his 26th appearance, 2-1 record, 2.78. Left hamate bone fracture, the word we just got for the Braves clubhouse. You kind of sense that with the way they were examining him and what he felt on a swing. That's how it happens.
On Ozzie Albies, yeah.
Ozzie Albies, that finishes his season. So here's Poulin to face Drake Baldwin. First pitch fastball, high ball 1. Or Poulin with 5 holds and a save in 3 tries. Got that save Saturday night, his first of the big leagues. Against the Mets in a big performance in New York. Striking out Juan Soto to end the game. Swing and a miss. And a fastball. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. 29-year-old Poulin's worked 22 and 2/3 innings, allowed 20 hits, 2 homers, struck out 23, walked 11. 235 average against him. 2 out, a runner at first. Poulin delivers. Swing and a miss by Baldwin. At a sweeping breaking ball that was off the plate away. He chased one badly. Poulin coming in with a runner at first and trying to strand that man for Salrin Lau. Now giving the Nationals an inning and 2/3 out of the bullpen. And now Poulin ready. He kicks, he delivers. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Good job by P.J. Poulin, getting Baldwin to lunge and chase for that pitch twice and strikes him out. A hit batter in the inning and 1 man left for Atlanta. We go to the 6th inning at Truist Park. Braves 8, Nationals 5 on the Nationals baseball.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang.
The inherited runner. 6th inning, Braves 8, Nats 5. Once again for the Nissan broadcast booth. Here's Josh Wetzel.
And the Hunter Stratton pitch is high and tight to Paul DeYoung for a ball, 1-0. DeYoung, the only man not to bat for the Nationals in the 3-run 5th. Nats somewhat surprisingly back in this game right now. The delivery is over the inside corner from Stratton. 1-1. 8-5 Braves. Sale with 5 runs allowed tonight, matching his season high in runs allowed. Stratton stretches, kicks, and fires. DeYoung takes a breaking ball low, 2-1. 3-hit batsman for Sale tonight. That ties his career high. The only other time he hit 3 men in one game was September 21st, 2016. So almost 9 years ago to the day. 2-1. High and tight, 3-1. On DeYoung, leading off the inning. Sale had thrown only 43 pitches the first 4 innings. Threw a bunch of them in the 5th. Stratton taking over, and the delivery is under the hands and over the inside corner with a cutter, 3-2. So Ozzie Albies out of the game earlier tonight. Again, the Braves announced he has broken the hamate bone in his left wrist. Stratton delivers. DeYoung takes outside, ball 4. Stratton walking at DeYoung on the slider. And so DeYoung is on base to lead off the inning in front of Brady House.
Of course, Albies is a free agent at the end of the season. So not the way he wanted to finish this year, but it's been a rough year for the Braves for injuries.
And Albies had played every game this season.
He always does.
Pitch to House. Swing and a miss. The high fastball. House swings at the first pitch more than almost anybody right now in the big leagues. Stratton, the former Pittsburgh Pirate, traded to the Braves on July 1st. A look to first in the 0-1. Swinging a line drive sliced foul, and now to play well off down the right field line. 0-2. Stratton's done a lot of going back and forth between the big leagues and the minor leagues this year. All told, 13 appearances in the major leagues, 3 with Pittsburgh, and now 10 with Atlanta. This is number 11. The pitch, up and in. House spins back out of the way of that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stratton's been solid with the Braves, a .251 earned run average over 14 1/3 innings of work. DeYoung leads at first, nobody out. The 1-2. Swing and a pop fly foul well off to the right. And way back out of play. Still 1-2. Sale had been throwing just tons of strikes, and then all of a sudden in the 5th inning, kind of lost his command, beginning with House when he walked him leading off the inning. Here it comes. Called strike 3. Breaking ball got him looking. House is the first out of the inning. So now Jacob Young will come up. Young made a really nice sliding catch last inning on that Ha-Sung Kim liner, and he was kind of shaking his left thumb after that juggling play. Seems like every catch Jacob Young is making these days is for the highlight reels. Stratton's pitch to the right-handed batter, breaking ball low and outside. But it almost looked like the way he caught the ball initially, he may have caught it against the thumb, almost like when a catcher catches a fastball wrong and jams their thumb a little bit. The kick, the 1-0, swinging a foul tip off the catcher's mitt of Baldwin. 1 ball and 1 strike. We're talking during the pitching change, though. Boy, Young is quick at reacting if something goes just a little bit wrong when he tries to make a play. That ball squirting out of his glove, and he stabbed it with his right hand. Stratton fires, swinging a pop fly foul off to the right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 on, none out, top of the 6th. Braves 8, Nationals 5. Atlanta scored 5 runs in a long bottom of the third inning. That's the difference in the ball game right now. 1-2 on Young. And now the pitch. Swing and a high fly ball, carving its way foul and out of play down the right field line. We'll do it again at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stratton is 6'4", 225 pounds, a 28-year-old from Bristol, Tennessee. Originally a 16th round draft choice of the Pirates in 2017. Here it comes again. Young lines one on a bounce to short, flag down by Kim. The second one, Allen to first for 2. It's a double play, nicely turned by the Braves, 6-4-3. No runs, a walk, nobody left on base. We're in the middle of the 6th. Atlanta 8, Nationals 5 on the Nationals Radio Network.
Take a
Sixth inning, 8-5 Atlanta. Marcell Ozuna's up first against P.J. Poulin. The southpaw's pitch is a breaking ball that snaps inside for a ball. Poulin came on last inning with 2 outs and a man on and struck out Drake Baldwin, chasing a slider away to wrap up the inning. The left-hander from the pause position delivers. Ozuna takes outside. 2-0. Ozuna 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. He's driven in 1 run and also scored a run. And now the next pitch fouled away to the backstop. 2 balls and a strike. Change up that time from Poulin. Michael Harris the second on deck. Then Nacho Alvarez will come up. Poulin the 5th pitcher of the game for the Nats. Here it is. Very high. 3-1 the count. Sauron Lau pitched an inning and 2/3. He allowed 1 run on 3 hits. Walked 1, hit 1. Did not strike out anybody. 3-1 pitch. Right down the middle with the fastball. And now a full count on Ozuna. The Lau and Poulin combining for the scoreless bottom of the 5th. First inning, the Braves haven't scored tonight. Payout pitch. Walked him, ball 4 down and in with a 3-2 slider. And Ozuna reaches for the 3rd straight time tonight, adding on to his big walk total. That's number 92 this season for the veteran slugger Ozuna. And now Michael Harris II. He's driven in 3 runs tonight. An RBI double, an RBI single. Also a fielder's choice that brought in a run in the 4th. Short lead for Ozuna at first. And the Poulin pitch, fastball high and tight. 1-0. A lot of walks in this game from Nationals pitchers. Poulin just issued a walk. Nats have now walked 8 men today. And they've also hit a couple. Nationals trail 8-5 as Poulin brings it home, and his fastball is in there at the knees. 1-1 now on Harris. Now, if Harris walks, well, that would be news. He has walked 16 times all year and now over 620 plate appearances. The delivery, bounce to the right side and through for a base hit. Ozuna looks over the shoulder, lumbers around second, keeps on running, ends up at third base without a play. And men are at the corners for Atlanta with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. Third hit of the ball game for Michael Harris II. Now Nacho Alvarez Jr. comes up. You've got 2 juniors and the second in the lineup for Atlanta. Michael Harris II, Nacho Alvarez Jr., and then, of course, Ronald Acuna Jr. Alvarez is walked, grounded out, and singled tonight. That base hit from Harris was the 11th of the game for Atlanta. Infield about halfway in with men at the corners and nobody out. Poulin looks over the runners, kicks and fires. Alvarez stares at a fastball strike. 0-1. Poulin kind of swings his arm at the side, now tucks the ball into the glove. After a long set, he delivers. Swinging a high fly ball to right center field. Cruz, the right fielder, is there. He'll make the catch. Both runners are tagging. Ozuna will score. And Harris heads back to first on the sac fly from Alvarez. And now it's 9-5 Braves. Alvarez drives in his 15th run with that sacrifice fly. Atlanta's scored in 5 of their 6 times up. That leadoff walk to Ozuna turns into a run here in the 6th for the Braves. Harris still at first base as the top of the order comes back around, and Erickson Profar will turn around and bat right-handed now off Poulin. The stretch and a throw goes to first. Harris straight back to the bag. He stole a base earlier, his 17th steal of the season. Braves were leading 8-1. Or actually 7-1 at one point. They've gotten one of those runs back now. The pitch is just outside. 1-0. Profar struck out beginning the game against Mackenzie Gore, but he has not been retired since. He's walked and hit by a pitch. Hitting from that open stance as Poulin looks over to first for a while, now throws the pitch home, takes something off, and misses downstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Poulin walks to the back of the mound, kicks some mud out of his spikes. It's ready to go back to work. 9-5 Braves. Now Poulin's 2-0. Harris is running. The pitcher called strike. Adams guns it to second, but not in time. Harris dives in there, beating the tag from second baseman Paul DeYoung.
They throw a little bit to the shortstop side of the bag, so DeYoung had to reach for it to his backhand and then bring that glove all the way back around. And that allowed Harris to get to the outside with a dive and get the bag.
A pretty good diving slide by Harris, who almost looked like was trying to lull Poulin into a false sense of security. He was not getting a very big lead from first base. The 2 balls and a strike to Profar. Only 1 out in the inning, and the pitch is smacked on the ground to the right side off the glove of the diving first baseman Chaparro. The ball ricochets into right. Harris scores easily, and it's 10-5 Braves as Profar got that one just far enough to the backhand side of Chaparro that he could not make the play.
Well, the stolen base looms large, which was the second of the game for Harris, because he would only been getting to third base instead of scoring on that.
Well, the inning rolls along now for Matt Olson after the RBI hit from Profar. Lefty to lefty. Poulin stares to first, throws the pitch. Breaking ball inside, 1-0. Well, if you were to say before the game, Atlanta's got 10 runs on 12 hits in the sixth, you probably would not expect Matt Olson would be 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. The way he's been going lately, but that's the case. The 1-0, wave and a miss at a good breaking pitch. 1-1. Olson's really been about the only guy for Atlanta in their lineup that has not had some sort of contribution offensively. Man who had been the hottest hitter in the Braves lineup. Braves up now 10-5. Last of the sixth inning as Poulin backs off the rubber before the pitch. The Atlanta area native, Olson, holds the bat away from his body a bit. Poulin to the belt, kicks and fires. Wave and a miss again at a good slider. 1-2.
The 172nd pitch thrown by Nationals pitchers in this game.
Who's counting? Oh, I guess Charlie's counting.
Wow.
That's a lot. The 1-2. Breaking ball veers outside. There's such a big disparity tonight in the number of pitches thrown between the two teams.
The Braves are at 96.
Jonesuke Ogasawara is beginning to play catch now. The Nationals pin behind Poulin. The 2-2, breaking ball outside. 3-2. A lot of deep counts, obviously a lot of walks. And early in the game, when Gore was on the mound especially, Atlanta was hitting a ton of foul balls. Big reason Gore was out of the game early. More than 20 foul balls were hit against him in 2+ innings. Profar stays put. The pitch is a cold strike 3 in the outside corner. That's the 4th time tonight Olson has struck out. Kind of a borderline pitch. Poulin got him looking, and PJ thought that was the 3rd out of the inning. He had started walking to the dugout, except that was only out number 2.
He had the inning walk-off strut. That's definitely a borderline pitch. He got the call. Come back, PJ.
You got to come back and face Ronald Acuna Jr. First pitch to him is a changeup down low, and 1-0 to count on Acuna. He has not been retired tonight. He homered in the first inning, walked 2 times in the third, including a second walk that forced in a run, and then he was hit by a pitch when Sauron Lau had a changeup get away from him last inning. Profar dancing around, stays put at first, and the pitch is a fastball inside. Acuna checked his swing. They appealed at first, but no swing, says Manny Gonzalez. Manny Gonzalez denying an appeal and a check swing of Ha-Sung Kim in the third inning led to Miguel Cairo getting ejected from the game. The kick, the 2-0. Upstairs, 3-0.
Acuna, like a lot of the great hitters, great knowledge of the strike zone. He can be a free swinger, but most times when he takes, he's usually right.
3-0 the count. Here it comes. Low for ball 4. Poulin throwing a 3-0 changeup. And that puts runners at first and second as the inning continues now for Nick Allen.
And it's hard to imagine. It's possible, but it's hard to imagine you win a game walking 9 and hitting a couple.
Atlanta 10, Washington at 5 in the 6th. Nick Allen's second time up, and the delivery is very high for ball 1. Allen resumed the Ozzie Albies at bat in the third when Albies got hurt. Ended up striking out. Then he lined out to center in the 5th, right to Jacob Young. 1-0. Allen pulls away from a ball inside, 2-0, and Poulin's now missed the strike zone with 6 straight pitches. Allen, a slick fielding infielder at second base for the injured Albies. The pause, the 2-0. Fastball, that's a strike at the top of the zone. And now 2-1. Former Oakland A, Nick Allen. The son-in-law of former longtime big league second baseman Brett Boone. Nick Allen. The 2-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball shot up the middle. A dive from Nunez, but he can't get it. It's a base hit. Profar runs around third, heads for the plate. He'll score. It's 11-5 Braves. And Miller at first and second in front of Ha-Sung Kim.
See the throw coming in from Jacob Young. Almost hit Acuna around second. Check this out, Josh, in the replay. He rounds second, and Young's throwing to the plate. Acuna had to get out of the way and went falling down back towards second base. It's like Henry Blanco's going to make another pitching change.
Yeah, Shinosuke Ogasawara is warmed up and ready to go. He'll come in to replace P.J. Poulin and become the 6th pitcher of the night. It's all Braves again right now. Atlanta 11 and the Nationals 5. Bottom of the 6th. Ogasawara is coming in and will return after this on the Nationals Radio Network.
Not so long.
First, a run in the 4th, 3 in the 5th. Ha-Sung Kim will face Ogasawara now. Right-handed batter's been red hot at the plate. High leg kick in the pitch over the inside corner with the first pitch slider. 0-1. This is the 21st appearance of his rookie year in the big leagues for Ogasawara. Now the pause in the 0-1. Slow curveball stays high. 1 ball and 1 strike. 7.41 ERA for Ogasawara. 2 starts, and now this is his 19th relief appearance. Acuna leads at second base. Allen from first. The 1-1 fouled straight back onto the screen on a really strong, ferocious cut from Ha-Sung Kim. 1-2. Kim in a lengthy battle in the second with Gore singled. Later scoring at the time the go-ahead run. 1-2. Off speed and low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kim was the guy that checked his swing and held in the judgment of Manny Gonzalez in the third inning, drawing a walk, and that upset Miguel Cairo, who is ejected after that. And Kim ended up scoring one of the 5 runs that inning for the Braves. The 2-1 pitch, swinging a high pop-up, back in a shallow left. Nunez out from shortstop in foul ground, makes the catch. A step into foul territory. Nunez caught it. That foul out to the shortstop ends the inning, but not before the Braves tack on 3 runs to their lead on 3 hits and 2 walks. They leave it.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the
struck out 1, nothing else. Suarez, 27-year-old from Venezuela. Robert Hassel III leading off the inning, lefty on lefty matchup, and the pitch is outside for ball 1. Suarez, a longtime Los Angeles Angel. In the semi-windup, he fires. Hassel swings and misses late in a fastball, 1 ball and 1 strike.
He was very good against the Nationals in game 1 of that doubleheader last Tuesday. 7 innings and a start. Gave up 2 runs, 5 hits, struck out 9, walked 2.
The 1-1 sinks low, 2-1. The little bit he's pitched with the Braves, Suarez has been good. 1 start, 4 relief appearances, 2-0 with a .235 earned run average. He brings in the pitch, breaking ball, grounded to second base. Allen shuffles to his right in front of it. Comes up firing to first in plenty of time for the out. And there's 1 away here in the 7th.
Has 2 appearances, actually 3 appearances earlier in the year with the Braves, right at the start of the season. And then spent the rest of the year in the minor leagues until he was brought up to make that start against the Nationals.
Now Nasim Nunez. Switcher to batting right-handed. They're into the corner some should he bunt. First pitch breaking ball drops low. It seems like a long time ago now, but first pitch of the game, Nasim started things off in an exciting way for the Nats with a home run. Here's the pitch, swing, and a foul tip held to the catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. First pitch home run off of Chris Sale, of all people, and he launched it down the right field side. The 1-1 over the outside corner, well-placed changeup, and that puts Nunez behind in the count, 1-2. Suarez working quickly with a 6-run lead, fires, tying inside. Nunez bending the back out of the way of a pitch that went off the catcher's mitt. 2-2 the count. 1 out, bases empty, 11-5 Atlanta. Suarez fires, Swinging a chopper over the mound, up the middle to second baseman Allen. Backhands it. Tough throw to first. He has no chance with Nunez's speed. That's an infield single for Nasim. Allen did all he could, backhanding that as he crossed behind second base, but nobody's going to make that play on Nunez.
Now, even with him from the right side of the plate, he was through the bag well before the throw gets there.
And that means C.J. Abrams bats with a man on base. Abrams 0 for 3 tonight with a couple of strikeouts off Sale. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and a fastball running in the fist. 0-1.
That's why you hope, for the most part, that Abrams hits line drives, because even ground balls that are routine outs for other players, he's going to turn into hits like he just did.
Kim plays Abrams up the middle at short. The delivery is off the outside corner with a cutting fastball. 1-1 on C.J. Abrams.
And for Nunez, that's a God-given advantage that he has, that kind of speed.
Olsen holding him on at first with 1 out. Suarez stares to first, throws the pitch. Clipped foul back into the left. 1-2.
One of my early coaches once told me, Josh, he goes, there's a lot of things you can teach. You can't teach speed.
Was he referring to you?
He's referring to fast guys, which meant he wasn't referring to me.
Slides that pitch, gets him swinging. A changeup lefty on lefty. Strikes out Abrams, who fans for the 3rd straight time tonight.
Now, I was playing younger. They said, we think we're going to make you a catcher. I said, I'm not very big. They said, yeah, but you got a really good arm.
They said about me, you know what? You're short but slow. Not a good combo.
No.
Now Andres Chaparro, the batter.
That's when I started looking up to the broadcast booth.
He made the right call. Chaparro foul tips the pitch back into the catcher's mitt. 0-1.
I thought maybe that's a good way to be in the game.
The 0-1. Chaparro grounds one to third base, handled by Alvarez, who'll throw to second, going the short way for the force out. That 5-4 fielder's choice ends the inning. No runs, a hit on the infield variety for Nunez. 1.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio.
First game of the series. Bottom of the 7th begins with Shinosuke Ogasawara flipping a curveball in there for a called strike 1. Lefty on lefty. Ogasawara just came on last inning, faced one batter. Fastball paints the outside corner. Baldwin is down in the count, 0-2. Shinosuke got Ha-Sung Kim to foul out to short, wrapping up the inning. Ogasawara pitching from the stretch. The 0-2. Outside with a slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Braves up by 6. In good shape as they try to stretch their win streak to 9 in a row. Now the delivery. Baldwin waves and misses at a changeup. So Baldwin strikes out for the second straight time. He's now 2 for 4 tonight. And there's one away here in the 7th in front of Marcell Ozuna. Hey, the first ever Nats Fantasy Camp is coming up this January 18th through the 23rd. Nats alumni coaches include Ryan Zimmerman, Wilson Ramos, Jan Gomes, Drew Storen, Tyler Clippard, Michael Morse, and more. Reserve your spot at nats.com/fantasycamp. First pitch this go around to Ozuna, a fastball inside, 1-0. And I think we're going to have to wait and find out if Dave can bounce back for the fantasy camp. The 1-0. That is over the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. I know you talked to Dave today.
Yeah, he starts physical therapy, first one tomorrow, another on Friday, an x-ray on Friday, see the doctor, and maybe have his stitches out.
The delivery, very high.
And in and around all of that, broadcast the game with me.
Now, has he ruled out fantasy camp? I know he was fired up for that.
Well, it's months away.
Okay. High leg kick, 2-1 pitch. And a high fly ball from Ozuna to shallow left center. Hassel angling in, and Jacob Young almost collides with him, and the ball drops in off the glove of Young. Ozuna will hold at first base. There was some miscommunication there in shallow left center between Hassel and Young. It's a ball that probably Young should be taking charge of, as great of a defensive outfielder as he is, and he wound up having that ball go off his glove, it looked like.
Yeah, Hassel tried to get out of his way at the last moment. You have two guys who are basically center fielders. I don't know if Jacob called, and I don't know if that he thought he was close enough to call.
Michael Harris, the second, it takes a called strike in the knees.
But Hassel could have caught it also, so that's why they were both there like that. And then Hassel veered off so that Young could take it.
It's going to go as a single. That's a ball that should have been caught. Atlanta 11, Nationals 5. The delivery is grounded sharply up the middle, scooped up by the second baseman DeYoung to Nunez for the out. At second base, a low throw to first, skipped by Chaparro, and it rolled into and then out of the Braves dugout. So Harris will be awarded second base.
That did go off the leg of Ogasawara, who's feeling it.
It went off the foot or leg of Ogasawara. The ball was slightly redirected, and DeYoung fed the shortstop Nunez for the out on Ozuna. Low throw to first that skimmed by Chaparro, and apparently it did not bounce out of play.
It did not, but Chaparro couldn't scoop it. Nunez trying to hurry that one along, and normally his throws are chest high. That one was in the dirt.
Ooh, did that get him on the left knee?
I think it may have.
Ogasawara went down
knee
on his
or
knees.
the back of his leg. He's holding the back of his leg.
Yeah, he's holding his left hamstring.
Let's see, follow through again. No, it got him right in the hamstring.
Kind of clipped the side of his hamstring. Now, if you're going to get hit on a quick comebacker like that, that's probably a decent spot to get hit. Ogasawara will be allowed to throw a practice pitch or two. Henry Blanco out there along with Paul Lazard. And also Ogasawara's translator, Yoshi Tada, former athletic trainer himself, or still athletic trainer for that matter. And Shinosuke says he's all right. So he will stay in there to face Nacho Alvarez with Harris at first and 2 away in this 7th inning. You know, going back to that play that featured the miscommunication between Hassel and Young, you pointed out earlier, Hassel's not played much left field either. He's played very little left field, even in the minor leagues. Alvarez, right-handed batter. And the pitch is over the inside corner. 0-1. Atlanta has scored in 5 of their 6 times up. Ogasawara trying to keep them off the scoreboard here in the last of the 7th. There goes the runner from first. The pitch is high and tight. No throw to second. Harris steals second base, standing up without a throw. His 3rd steal of the night. He went on the first movement from Ogasawara. Got a huge jump.
That's not good.
1-1 pitch. Swinging a hard ground ball right to Nunez at shortstop. He runs a few steps toward first. Throws to first. Alvarez is out, and that ends the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, a stolen base, and a runner left in scoring position for the Braves. We're going to the 8th inning in Atlanta. Braves 11, Nationals 5. And the Nationals...
Let's see if...
Starts his 2nd inning for the Braves. First pitch to Riley Adams is taken high, ball 1. Adams hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, struck out in the 4th, and hit by a pitch again in the 5th. First time in his career he's ever been hit twice by pitches in the game. Swings and chops one on the ground, right side. First baseman Olsen went for it. Suarez will have to cover the throw to first, and he got there in time. Falls down after kicking the bag, losing his balance. That's a heck of a play by Jose Suarez, the pitcher. A left-hander who falls off third base side a bit, and he had to race it over the beat. He had to beat Adams, who wasn't fast, but Olsen went way wide at first to field the ball. And, I thought maybe as he kicked the bag and fell down that he turned his ankle, but he's okay.
I thought maybe Adams stepped on his foot, too, but neither one of those things happened. He wiped out, but he had a smile on his face afterwards. He's all right.
It's a heck of a play for the first out of the 8th inning. And now Dylan Cruz, the batters, popped to short, homered into the second deck and left, his 10th of the year, and lined out to first. Swing and a miss of the first pitch, strike 1. Might have fouled that ball off, rolling through the legs of the catcher. The Nationals had 2 men on when Cruz was up in the 5th inning. He had scored 3 runs to make it 8-5, and he had a rocket. A little bit of a leap and a catch by Olsen, the first baseman. Swinging a ground ball toward the middle. Allen gets to the shortstop side of the outfield. One-hop throw is not in time. Cruz beats that play. Well, Nick Allen, a shortstop by trade, playing second base, was shaded toward the middle, but showed tremendous range going to the shortstop side of the bag. And by the time he fielded the ball to the backhand, he was on the outfield grass, stopped and whipped the throw across his body on one hop to Olsen. A close play, and the Braves are going to challenge it. To the naked eye, looking at it at first, I thought that he beat the play. A great stretch by Olsen, reaching out to the outfield side of first base.
think he's
And I'll
out.
tell you what, he's going to be out on the replay as Cruz lunged for the bag. Hear the reaction of the crowd. Well, wait a minute.
Was he off the bag?
Is Olsen's foot off the base? From the center field side, it looks like he's held the bag. But when they showed it from behind, it looked like he was off the bag as the ball went into his glove.
That was a great play by Nick Allen. He's a fantastic defensive player. I think he's going to be out.
And from the center field camera, it looks like he's out as he catches the ball before Cruz's foot comes down. But we saw the angle from behind that it looked like...
The field is overturned. Runner is out.
There you go.
Allen, what a play. He backhanded that, and he got rid of the throw so quickly and flat-footed.
Yeah. Big arm. And shortstop playing second base. That's a heck of a play. And a really good play by Olsen to maneuver his feet to go to the outfield side of the bag and haul that in on one hop as Paul DeYoung takes a pitch low from Suarez, ball one.
And doing that with someone who runs as well as Dylan Cruz.
Now the pitch. Fastball inside. So that one angle we saw, it looked like his foot came off the bag. It must have been after they thought the ball was in his glove that his foot pulled away. 2 out. And the 2-0 swung on and fouled back into the screen. DeYoung is struck out, bounced to third, drawn a walk. 0 for 2 officially. Nats are out hit 14-4 in this game, outscored 11-5. Despite the Braves leaving 13 men on, the Nats only 4. Here's the pitch. Swinging a little blue pop-up toward the middle of the diamond. Here comes Olsen. He trapped it, sliding off his glove. It rolls over the mound and will be retrieved by the third baseman, Nacho Alvarez. The pitcher nowhere in sight because Jose Alvarez doing his job, seeing his first baseman go for the ball. Where did he go? He went to cover first base. This is a clinic in what the pitcher's supposed to do on a play like this. Seeing the first baseman go for the ball, he went to cover first, but Olsen couldn't come up with it. That'll be a base hit for DeYoung.
What was it Ron Darling said yesterday about how wacky the game was? Right?
Said it was getting a little weird.
That little base hit there belonged in yesterday's game.
So now the batter is Brady House, 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. And Suarez kicks and the lefty deals, high and outside, lunging for it to haul it in, the catcher Drake Baldwin. Tomorrow night, game 2 of this series, Brad Lord will pitch for the Nationals. Hurston Waldrop for the Braves. 6:45 airtime with Nats on deck. 7:15 first pitch. Swinging a line drive by Brady House. A base hit toward the right field line. DeYoung around second will head for third. Acuna toward the line to field it. Get it into second base. And with 2 out, runners on first and third for the Nationals. First hit of the night for Brady House. Brings up Jacob Young. Young is grounded to first, fly to right, and grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. And we'll see what he can do against the left-hander. Suarez kicks, delivers, and his first pitch in there, called strike one. Slider at 85 miles an hour. Now the left-hander ready again. And the kick, here it comes. Swinging a line drive. Oh, a leaping catch on the backhand by Hassan Kim, the shortstop. Robbing Jacob Young of a hit and an RBI. That is the defensive play of the night in this game. A terrific leaping, lunging catch by Hassan Kim over his right shoulder with a glove in the left hand. And the inning.
Let's see if you can figure out the following.
Ogasawara inside ball one. That hit for him drove in a run in the 6th inning. He has struck out. He has walked twice. He's been hit by a pitch on base 4 times. Ogasawara delivers. Pitch low, 2-0. He came on to get the last out of the 6th inning, then pitched a scoreless 7th. And now working here in the bottom of the 8th. Now the pitch. Profar takes over the inside corner. Switch hitter now batting right-handed against the left-hander. Ogasawara working out of the stretch all the time is ready. He kicks and here it comes. Swinging a fly ball, shallow center. Young moving in, and Jacob there one-hands it. One away. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals Baseball Club and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Matt Olson bats now with 1 out of the bottom of the 8th inning. Charlie slows. Josh Wetzel in for Dave Jagler. We're in the Nissan broadcast booth at Truist Park in Atlanta. Ogasawara delivers, and Olson looks at a breaking ball in for a strike. All of these hits for the Braves tonight. He is 0 for 5, striking out 4 times. National League Player of the Week named today. The pitch swung on, hit in the air to right, but playable for Cruz. Toward the line, he's there, and he makes the catch. 2 away. Boy, it sounded good off the bat, but it was too far down the end of the bat. It did not carry. So now the batter is Ronald Acuna Jr. Acuna homered in the 1st inning to straightaway left. He's walked 3 times, once with the bases loaded, and walked twice in the Braves' 5-run 3rd inning. He's also been hit by a pitch, so he's officially 1 for 1 tonight. Ogasawara delivers inside low, ball 1 of the dirt. A home run, 3 walks, and hit by a pitch.
That is an interesting line, isn't it?
Fills the box, doesn't it? But not your conventional way. Now Ogasawara delivers, swing and a miss. Atlanta's had a boatload of base runners tonight. Nats pitchers have given up 14 hits, walked 9, and hit 2 batters.
9 walks, most all year for the Nats.
Now the pitch. Inside low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Obviously, that's not a winning formula. Now the pitch. Swing. Foul ball off the glove of Riley Adams, the catcher. 2-2 on Acuna, who retrieves the baseball and gives it to Riley Adams, who flips it to the Braves dugout. New ball put into play. 35,248 are paid attendance here tonight. I think a lot of them have left early. Now the pitch. Swinging a chopper toward the middle. DeYoung shaded that way, has the big hop, and fires on to Chaparro at first. It's a 1-2 inning for Shinosuke Ogasawara. We play on to the 9th inning here at Truist Park in Atlanta. The Braves 11, the Nationals 5 on the Nationals Baseball Network. the longest in the Nationals history. But that was in a tight game. All meaningful outs. Suarez into the wide first pitch of the ninth inning to Robert Hassel III is low, ball one. Next pitch, called strike over the outside corner. Hassel playing left field tonight, 0 for 2 with a walk, 0 for 2 and hit by a pitch, I should say. Had a whole bunch of hit batters in this game. Riley Adams was hit twice by Chris Sale. Hassel hit. Profar and Acuna for the Braves. Pitch over the inside corner, strike called. It's 1-2. Now the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Waving swing and a breaking ball running down and away. And Hassel strikes out for the first out here in the top of the ninth inning. Reminder to stay tuned for the Verizon Nationals post-game show. Josh will recap it with the highlights. We'll provide our analysis of this one. Hear from the skipper, Miguel Cairo. Top of the order, Nasim Nunez takes called strike one. The start at shortstop tonight for Nunez. His 13th start at shortstop this year, 8 at second. And takes another in for a strike. It's 0-2. He home run to the first pitch of the game down the right field line into the chop house seats over the 16-foot wall. Fly to the warning track and left in the third, walked in the fifth. Legged out an infield hit up the middle in the seventh. He's down to the count 0-2, batting right-handed again. Suarez into the wide. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside. Is only batted right-handed tonight. Next pitch low in the dirt. It's 2-2.
Just the one inning of work from the right-hander, Hunter Stratton.
That was the sixth inning. Now the next offering, swing and a fly ball foul. First base side out of play by Nunez.
That third inning at bat, hit that ball to the warning track for a second there. It looked like maybe he's going to homer 2 at bats in a row off Sale.
It's close. Suarez winds, the left-hander deals, and the pitch inside turned Nunez away. And the count is full, 3-2. Trying to get on base for the fourth time of the game. That'd be a good night for him. Suarez rocks, kicks, delivers the pitch. Swing a grounder foul outside of third. C.J. Abrams on deck, one out, top of the ninth. That's trailing 11-5. Game number 157 for these teams. 5 more to play after tonight. The left-hander deals. The pitch swung on. Line drive right center field. Coming on Harris. He can't get there. It's a base hit. The third hit of the night for Nasim Nunez. So he's aboard with 1 out of the ninth inning. Boy, is he taking advantage of his playing time.
Sharply hit. Pitch was running in on him, too, a little bit. And he kind of inside out of that and hit it sharply. A good piece of hitting by Nasim.
So now C.J. Abrams, the batter. And the pitch swung on and lifted in the air, shallow center. Kim, the shortstop, moving back and gets there to make the play for the out. Nunez holds it first. A weak pop-up as Abrams kind of got jammed. And that's the second out here in the top of the ninth inning. So here is Andres Chaparro, last hope for the Nats. Nunez not being held, and the pitch. Looks it over, it's outside, ball one. Suarez ready to pitch. Swinging a line drive. That's a base hit toward left center. Profar will have to chase. Nunez speeding around second, heading for third. He'll stop there. Chaparro, big turn, will hold it first with his second into the night. The other was a 3-run single back in the 5th inning, which you don't see very often. They did not change that and give him a double, as they said he took second on the throw to the plate. But now the Nats have 2 on with 2 out, and the batter is Riley Adams. Pitch on the way, swung on, little looper, shallow right. Allen going out. He's going to get there. Nick Allen runs it down in shallow right center field, and the ball game is over. And the Braves have taken game 1 of this 3-game series, and Atlanta has been hot. The Braves win their 9th straight game, and they take this one going away here tonight. In the 9th for the Nationals, no runs, 2 hits. They leave 2 men aboard. We'll come back with final totals, then the Verizon Nationals postgame show. Final score, Atlanta 11, Washington 5 on the Nationals Baseball Network.